back, and we're lost.
What?
But are you truly lost, though? Because you have been following a guide for the past 2 sessions.
Yeah, you should look at the uh, GIF for the link I post and see how much faith I have in Annoyance. Just like Unfounded.
Valid point.
Yeah. Though, to be fair, if Annoyance had a sombrero, I would follow them. More. That's most things in sombreros. Sombreros are great hats.
Quite useful. They block the sun, block the rain. Mostly the sun.
But they make doors harder.
I mean, doesn't every hat?
I mean, I've been wearing a page boy hat for the better part of 10 years. They've never given me a trouble in the door.
That sounds like a challenge.
I mean, you can make a challenge out of many things. I will sit back and see your results.
What we're saying is that you need a hat that goes harder, that goes bigger. It doesn't matter the design. It needs to have trouble fitting through a door. Otherwise, is it a hat even?
We need a 20-gallon hat.
Yeah.
Now I'm actually thinking
One of
about
those-
20 gallon. Now I'm just thinking Doug Dinadome.
I was gonna
That-
say one
Of
of
the
those
Doomsdale Dimmadome?
hats that just absolutely.
That's right.
I actually found out something funny on Twitter. It's that for a callback, since they did the reboot series for Fairly Odd Parents, they replaced Doug Dinadome with his son, who only appeared in one canonical episode as a throwaway bit that gave us Doug Dinadome, is now the Doug Dinadome.
Damn.
Oh yeah, the lemonade stand kid.
Yeah. I hear good things about that show, but I don't have the energy to commit to any kind of Nickelodeon programming anymore. It all hit different now. Huh. But that being said, do we want to start going around the horn?
Doot doot.
No.
Someone else go first. Good. I need to go grab a pen. I just realized I forgot to grab a pen, and this is gonna be interesting.
Okay. Hello, I'm Melon Lord. You can find me at Instagram, which is pretty much the only social media I use. It is my cosplay page. I go by Mugi Mira, MUGIMIRA.cos. And I am here 2 Sundays a month. I will be passing it on to, well, Sarah's went to get a pen, so Citric.
Hi, hello, I'm Cedric. You can find me pretty much anywhere at Cedric King, and that anywhere being Blue Sky, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, places. Kara, yeah, I made an account of that. I doodle stuff, even if I'm pretty busy, but you can find those stuff in those places. And that is me, so I'm throwing back to Zan.
Yo, it's me, Zan, the guy who took a nap and just barely woke up. Naps sometimes that just turn into sleep, I guess. I am currently in the middle of moving, so I'm going to be taking a break from stream for the next week and a half to 2 weeks. But if you do want to find some of the stuff I stream, you can find links to my YouTube over on Zanny_Grim. And aside from that, I don't have anything going until I'm done moving. So I will throw the talking skull over to, is Sarah's back?
I am back, and I will take that lovely talking skull. Hello, people. Hello, people of the internet. It is I, the GM. You can find me all over the internet at TixDixel, where I am doing a lot of different things all the time. You can find me also here every other Saturday with our lovely host Burnout Vaughn and our lovely friend Zako Dua, where we are surviving is what we are doing. We are surviving the nonsense that is fate with no love for extra, and Every single time we play, I have no words for describing the experience that is this game. You're just gonna have to catch one of the VODs or one of the streams if you want to understand what's going on, because it is unadulterated chaos.
Yeah.
Chaos and debauchery. But other than that, that's about it. Aside from DMing here for this specific game that we're about to play, so I'll pass Vaughn, if you would like your skull back, here you go.
Yeah, thanks. I'll just put that right back on. Hi, you've already found me here at twitch.tv/BurnoutVaughn. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch, Twitter, YouTube. Blue Sky, that was the last one. At Burnout Vaughn, and over on Patreon at Burnout's Bar, where hopefully this week I'm hoping that I have some money left over after bills clear that I can actually pay to get some stuff up for the Patreon. So fingers crossed, folks. Then we've got a pretty packed streaming schedule coming up here in the next month, because tomorrow we have more Wizard Sibs and Co. play through Resident Evil 5, where, yay, we get to go through one of the worst boss fights in the game apparently tomorrow, so that'll be fun. Then we have Phase of Our Lives on Tuesday, and keep an eye on Tuesdays, because on every other Tuesday now, soon, I want to say in 2 weeks' time, we will be returning with another season of Pack Tactics. We're having some, we did our first Session 0, which is to establish some story stuff, and then we're going to have an off-screen Session 0 that will be recorded and put up on the YouTube channel, so keep your eyes out for that. Then, let's see here, we'll have Saved by the Spell, where we are in the middle of a fight that we weren't supposed to pick. The DM didn't think we could, but we did, and now we've survived it, and, well, we're still in the middle of it, but we've survived long enough for help to get there, and we're just going to see what happens. We are literally the community meme with Donald Glover walking in with the pizza. But that should be it for that, so now I can take us away with our lovely theme song made by the lovely X Wiley Willy. Do-do-do-do.
That would explain a lot, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, really? Don't they have the? Huh. Fairly
But that
fitting,
would
too.
that would explain why they don't die when they quote unquote sting you. That was fine.
I mean, you can just look at pictures of wasps. You tell me if there is a
Oh, it
stinger.
says wasps have stingers.
Ah, they
that
do?
contain-
Then I am
yeah.
completely wrong.
Wasps have stingers that contain venom. I've been attacked by one. Well, actually, it was more than one. It was very unpleasant. It was not a good day.
I'm allergic.
I found
Oh.
out. So was I. I had to be rushed to a hospital. It was a terrible fight. I was also like, I was also not at home. I was on vacation, so it was just an all-around terrible day. I had purple
Terrible,
bruises
horrible,
and
no
stuff.
good, very bad day.
Yep, I passed out and had like purple bruises and stuff. It was bad.
Oh. Not nice.
Yep.
Not right.
Indeed.
We're back.
Yes. I also realized I should have changed
Okay.
it from the title screen.
Should we?
I mean, at least having the map there is a good visual aid. Not that your
Fair
lovely,
enough.
not that your lovely logo does not also look great.
I try.
But yeah, I think it's time for one of us who doesn't have inspiration to recap what happened last time.
Okay, yeah, I volunteered to go and then requested that people fill in any gaps I might miss. Okay,
Mhm.
so I think when we started, we had the vines that were reaching for our ankles as we walked through the forest. Annoyance didn't really give us much insight into what those were, but we decided to try to avoid them by climbing onto branches. I think was it Humphrey and I that were walking? No, it was
Branson and I were walking. You and Razvan were
yeah,
jumping.
Razvan and I were
Mhm.
jumping from the branches. The two of you continued on foot. We decided that it was time for us to finally get some rest. And then while we were resting, we were attacked by giant insects. Humphrey somehow managed to sleep through the entire thing.
It's a
While
very
we
cozy
fought,
blanket.
while we fought and defeated the bugs, we also consumed the bugs, and then walked through the swamp, where we saw a trail of blood, and we found one of the beasts that had been slain. And we investigated the slain beast. Let's see. I can't really remember much past that.
Because it wasn't just one, it was 3.
Yeah, we found other. Yeah, I think we found other slain beasts, and we decided to cautiously continue forward.
Yep, and then kept
Important
going
to
into the
note.
woods.
Yeah, we just kept
Important to
walking
note
deeper
that
into the
all
woods, right?
important to note that all 3 beasts had sigils placed on them, and they had different types of amputation. Most of them had their
Yeah,
heads
like the
removed.
paws
Some of them their
missing,
feet.
the head.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And also signs of arrows, which means that they were possibly hunted by 2 different people, or that they had to remove the heads post-mortem. We don't know.
Yes.
I would assume the head were removed post
I took
mortem.
the arrows.
Hey, we are we have found at least one person who hunts these things, carries around like a great axe to do it. Okay.
Fair enough. Just saying, unless we're fighting some kind of anime swordsman, it's kind of hard to just behead something in one hit.
I mean, you saw what I posted. I thought we might find in this episode in Discord.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the only thing left out of that would be that I think we might have gone to the tree line and might have seen something, but we left it off on a cliffhanger last time.
I am looking through my own notes. We probably did, and I was a fool and did not write it down. Give me just a second. It's fine.
The
We're still.
the mental equivalent of you know what's here.
Yep. Yep. We are starting off discombobulated. This is par for the course. This feels relatively appropriate. Well, if that is the case that we saw something in the tree line, I can just run with this. Even if I don't know what my previous intentions were, I have thoughts and opinions and ideas. So, let us re-enter the woods, shall we? How's the audio?
Not hearing anything
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah, I can't hear anything.
Oh, now I hear a little bit of something. Yeah.
Hmm.
Go ahead and let's just. Okay, we ended last session with some perception checks, but I think those were for something else. So let's go ahead and start with some fresh perception checks.
Will do.
Will you?
Oh,
And
now
for those of you,
now it's getting spoopy.
For those of you all who are going to criticize my continuity errors again, I apologize. We're starting off a bit discombobulated today.
Rolling high.
22.
On me. That's a 13 for Humphrey.
Oh, come on, roll 20. Please. It'll work. I set it up before we started, and then there's just, those sad puzzle faces telling me the page crashed. Of course, it was too good to be true that it loaded immediately when I signed on. Okay.
Because why would have nice things? Voice.
Fortunately,
Did
that's
that work?
initiative. Yeah, that one worked.
Okay. See, I see it after you as well. I see it now. Okay.
Initiative.
That would have been a nice initiative, though.
Oh,
Onyx is
yeah.
just ready to fight.
Oh, no, I hit yeah, okay. I hit. Come on, bro. My screen does keep freezing, so I think that's...
Onyx hasn't even seen the thing. It's just like, you wanna go? You wanna go?
Come on. Yeah, so like the page isn't. Come on, please scroll down. Okay, it's working. There we go. Ah. I mean, I do have someone chewing on the mouse cable, so that probably has something to do with it too.
Ah, that would explain
Perception
it.
is 11. Ow.
Hold on one second. We are all having the technical difficulties right now. Sorry, give me 2 seconds.
Please be patient, everyone. We're trying our best.
Okay, yes. That's all right. So we did not end the session.
Ow.
I found my notes. We did not end the session with something in the woods. We ended with a time skip. And that's why I was like, what did we find in the woods? We didn't. We do now. In our time skip. And I will say for the sake of things that you all have had a short rest if you would like to take it.
Mm-hmm.
If you do not want to take it, that is fine.
I think
But
we're just out of a long rest, so I don't see much of a point in a short rest. Unless someone wants to refill spells or something like that.
Honestly, yeah, I can use harness divine power to get one spell slot back, and then I get my channel divinity back on a short rest, so that's fine. Which is good, because I waste one spell slot every day casting create water for us.
It's not a waste. We're using it.
True.
Yeah. So we're taking a short rest?
Sounds like it.
Good.
during this time, and this is where the perception checks come in. We'll start with the lowest, and we'll work our way up to the highest. So, lowest. This respectfully makes a lot of sense. You notice, Onyx, your other, shall we say, feline companion, as it were. Companion, I feel like, is a loose term, but right now, for the sake of things, your companion.
Associate?
Associate, yes.
I think I prefer companion.
Has their ears twitch and their eyes keep looking out forward. They have, as everyone has paused to take a rest. They seem to be moving back onto their haunches, but as you yourself look into the woods, you don't really see anything. But still within 11, there is something that you smell.
Hmm.
And that is the smell of rotting flesh. But it's faint. Faint in that it is not quite like what you were smelling previously with those other corpses. Still fresh and warded. No, this smells like something that's been rotting and sitting and soaking for a while in the humidity and the moisture of the swamp. And it smells faint because it doesn't smell like it's, well, it is old, but it's not necessarily faint in the sense of, oh, it's old and has been removed, but in the sense of, oh, you're far enough away from it that you can smell it, but probably not close enough to be able to detect it. 13.
Mm-hmm.
You do. We're gonna roll with what Vaughn said. You do see something moving in the tree line. All three of you do. We'll get to the 22s in a second. Humphrey, you see something moving, and for the record, you do not hear any buzzing, although that was something that you definitely were thinking about for the minute. Is this thing that seems to zip quickly through some of the foliage on the forest floor. No, it's not making more than just the rustle of the leaves. There is no additional sound, no snarling, no howling, and no buzzing. And of course, Branson and Razvan, you both recognize that as well. Because of both of your natures, I'm actually going to give you two different pieces of information, one for each of you, based on what would make the most sense. Razvan, you also smell the rot, but something strikes your interest. Something that you would expect to smell, and yet you don't, and that is the absence of blood. Branson.
Mm-hmm.
Two things. Your lantern has not changed color. Yet. And the thing that you also notice moving, zipping about, is about medium-ish sized, max. It's a larger creature, but it is not so large as to seem, oh, I don't know,
It's not
like the first thing you thought.
yeah. So it's. I'm gonna assume when you say medium, you're not saying medium creature type, but you're saying just like medium-ish in size.
Like the size of like a medium-sized predator, so to speak.
Hmm. Be careful, something moves in the trees.
Noted. Humphrey goes to pick up his rapier slowly.
Yeah, I'd
At
say.
this point,
Oh, go ahead.
oh, please, you go first.
I'm just gonna say like Branson will be a bit more on edge. Like he'll have taken his axe out of its holster, but he's not in like a combat stance or anything. He's just preparing for if he has to react quickly.
At this point, the Annoyance looks up at you, Onyx, and asks, "Do you smell that?"
The smell of
I do.
decay.
Rot. It's putrid.
But there is no blood, giving me the indication that it is either very old or something else stalks these woods.
Well, it's not undead.
Whatever it is moving. I guess, needless to say, everyone to stay on guard.
At least it's not the wolves.
Not sure about that.
You see Branson get an uncharacteristically puzzled look on his face, like possibly he's trying to figure out how do wolves get in trees. But yeah, he'll just.
What do we do? Shall we move forward or engage?
If it is not going to.
Hey,
Go ahead.
oh, go ahead. You first.
If it is not being hostile, then we can leave it to be. We don't need to fight everything that lives in this forest.
Agreed. Unless they are choosing to make sure that they are in our way, we can simply avoid them. More than enough room to go around.
Humphrey looks at Annoyance and says, "What about you? Any insights?"
Well, I mean, besides the fact that whatever it was that ran by is not what I'm smelling. It itself is not the rot. I'm not really entirely sure what it is. Although, from the speed of it and the looks of it, if it's not prey like myself, I don't necessarily want to be grasped in its jaws. That sounds like a very awful time.
They have not attacked us yet, so let's be optimistic and hope we don't have to fight this one.
I mean, even if that's the case, I won't say that I'll be doing any of the fighting, thank you.
Duly noted.
Listen. And Annoyance approaches you, and as I've said previously, Annoyance is the size of like an average size cat. Looks a little, shall we say, off in a lot of different ways, but still size-wise is about the same. An Annoyance looks at you, and with its little teeth poking out, it raises one of its paws and gestures at its claws. I understand that I have these, but in order for me to use them, I have to be either in swiping range or I have to be climbing it. And I don't know about you. Proceeds to look over to the others. But I don't necessarily know that I'm as equipped to be able to handle some kind of blow. And proceeds to stretch out its long legs. Don't exactly have what we like to call natural armor. I don't have an exoskeleton, and my fur is limited. I don't necessarily know that I want to be doing any sort of up-close combat. Thank you very much.
I hope we're in
But-
agreement then. Sorry.
No, you're good. We are in agreement. But if you do want to go and fight it, that's fine. I'll just hang out up here in the trees, and I'll just watch and lounge.
Humphrey looks at the group. So, we go on.
Yep. I will bring up the rear.
Agreed.
I'll take the front then.
I follow Humphrey.
Do the same.
Right.
I'm assuming you're not
Mm.
I'm assuming you're not walking in like a straight line.
They were doing a conga line.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious because we're following a cat.
I would assume it's more like a diamond shape.
And it's also hilarious because, Humphrey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll take the lead. Tiny 3-foot fight blob.
Wait, did you just say tiny 5'3"?
Not 3 foot. 3
Yeah.
foot. Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah,
I'm like,
Citrix
I know
fucking
he was
Citrix
taller.
firing. Calling everybody out.
Because I think Onyx is what 4'10" or something.
Yeah, no, I said 3 foot size.
So, it doesn't take long before you find the smell of rot as you continue to move forward. What you find amongst the swamp and the mud, the grime, the moss. Humphrey, you see this first.
Mhm.
You would recognize that shape anywhere. Those are bones. Or at least bones, and then whatever is left attached to it, sticking out of the ground in a formation that you, as I said, would recognize to be a rib cage. But it is not just bone. And it smells awful. I would like all of you to roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Something I should be
Ooh.
good at, but am not. But the dice are in my favor.
Hiya. Ooh, soft 20.
Poor Onyx.
I got a 5. Wait, can I use my inspiration?
Sure, if you would like.
Okay. Yes, I'll take the advantage in that then, which is my second. Because my second score's 22.
It's not advantage, it's a reroll, so you will have to reroll it.
Oh, reroll. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So take that. Please be better.
No.
come on.
The
How
exact
is it the
roll!
exact same?
Exact
I
same.
wasted my inspiration on
You are
the-
fated.
It was meant to be.
No. Onyx just had to clear a furball.
So, and I'd like to think that this makes sense because you have as a tabaxi, you have a relatively sensitive sense of smell. Onyx, this is so jank in smell. There is something about this that is worse than a filled up trash can left in the summer heat. This is putrid. And you will take 4 points of poison damage as the 5 of you approach this thing.
I assume we're all with our weapons drawn.
Are you?
I mean, I had my
I know
axe.
Humphrey is. Yep. Okay.
Yeah, Razvan will pull out his rapier.
For the record, the lantern has not changed color yet.
I think it is just another carcass, one that has been here for long.
This is. Do we see any kind of sigil or other sign that it was treated like the hunted beast from before?
You can go ahead and make a survival check, but this will be with disadvantage.
Will do. Hiya. That's a 12.
Here's what I will give you.
Mhm.
On a 12, you don't see any signs of that sort of dismemberment or the leaving of like a ward, but you quickly realize that is because the whole skeleton isn't here. There's more than just legs and a head missing. You quickly realize it is just a spine and a rib cage. But I will give you this as well. That's a rather large rib cage. Larger than what you've previously seen from the canine corpses that you saw in the previous session.
Hmm. Whatever this was, it was big.
Judging from the size, would Branson be able to imagine if this thing was roughly the size of the thing we faced back at the Outer Village?
Go ahead and roll me, again, another survival check. This time is normal. 24. Here's the thing. That was a really, really large creature that you fought. This is and I do mean in mechanical terms, medium-sized ribcage. So not quite large enough.
Okay. I believe we might be in luck. These creatures don't seem to always be as giant as the one we fought. But this one's still larger than any normal wolf. This is the size of a man.
However, not the sight of yet more corpses is less than encouraging.
I find it very encouraging. It means one less of those horrible things walks this earth.
Optimistic, I guess.
Anyway, I think we're getting into safer territory if we're seeing more of these corpses, so we should continue on this path.
This certainly has been out for longer, so yeah.
I don't like it. I don't like
What
that.
you don't? The corpse?
Annoyance approaches
Mm-hmm.
the remains and sits beside it. Takes a big sniff. Like a big sniff. And Onyx, again, considering how your stomach has been churning upon entering this clearing, the fact that this other creature has approached this corpse and has taken probably one of the deepest breaths you can imagine, that's unsettling. Unnerving. But nevertheless, Annoyance takes a huge deep inhale and then proceeds to look back at the four of you. I don't like this at all. There's something else. There's something else wrong with this, and I don't know why, and I can't place it. It smells wrong. You mentioned, Razvan, that you did not smell blood, and for the record, you still don't smell blood, Razvan.
Okay.
Proceeds to flick one of the ribs with its paw very gently, and you watch as the bone snaps. Like the little edge of the rib cage snaps and falls to the ground. Proceeds to pick it up in its mouth, and it brings it over to you. Humphrey, since you were at the lead, the Annoyance is going to approach you first and is going to put the bone down at your feet.
Hmm? You believe there is something going on with this?
Do you pick it up?
Yep.
It's hollow. Like you can see clean through it. It's hollow.
He shows it up towards the rest of the group. Hollow bones. Does anyone here make something out of that?
Bones are filled with marrow. There are certain kinds of undead I know that feed on things besides blood. Spinal fluid, perhaps marrow. fact that they got it out without damaging a bone is actually impressive. Typically, you have to break a bone just to get the marrow.
Intriguing, that's to say the least. Looks at Annoyance. So, do you know of any creature that hunts for marrow?
You're gonna make me roll.
I do.
I'm gonna roll to see if Annoyance knows. And with its stats, Annoyance looks at you, flicking its tail. I don't know much about undead. I can't say that I would know of any undead that eat marrow. I know sometimes in desperation, different types of predators might eat marrow as a form of sustenance if there's nothing else to be had. But I've never heard of any kind of beast that would be able to just clean it out. I don't know. I can't say I've heard of anything like that. I know that you're not one to trust me, and I know that I'm one to talk in circles, but for once, no. Being entirely blunt and upfront, I don't. I don't know of anything that could do that.
Well, we know that there are giant insects in this land, so there could be any number of things we don't know that could do this. For now, we should stay on guard and continue moving.
That sounds like a good plan. How far do you think we are from our destination? And he looks at Annoyance when saying that.
So, above game, when you first started, they said 3 days through the woods. It has been, at this point, about a day and a half. So the Annoyance looks at you and goes, well, I can't exactly tell you how far the sun is in the sky, so I don't necessarily know how many hours, but I can tell you one thing, it's not nightfall. So we still have at least 2 days left. Maybe, possibly, if not, around that time, maybe. Well, it was 2 days at this morning. So maybe proceeds to pick up its paw and tries to do math on its paw.
Counting the beans.
Yes,
Bean
counting
counter.
the beans. Bean counter, yes, absolutely. So then it would either be 2 days or less than 2 days, I think. Again, I'm not really sure where the sun is in the sky at this current moment in time. But when we woke up this morning, it was 2 days left.
Good to know.
And we're making good progress. All things considered, you bunch don't really like to take breaks, I've seen.
I am not one to often be in the woods, chased by giant creatures, so you cannot blame me for trying to get out of this situation as quick as possible.
I never said anything about blame.
That is fair.
Looks to the other 3 party members. Are you all blaming him? I didn't say anything about blame.
I have yet to find anything to blame out of anyone for anything.
We wander and we look around and we continue to wander. It's something that we do. No reason to blame anyone for it.
Rapid nods,
Ignores
rapid
Annoyance.
nods.
I wish I was
Fair
playing
enough.
a different character so I could make a wander over yonder joke.
Oh, good. We'll
Haters
get
great,
there.
best villain. Haters great, best villain.
It's not here for Dominator. I'm a simple guy.
While we're in this clearing, go ahead and roll me another perception check for those who want it.
Will do.
Not performance. There we go.
Perception. Yeah, performance.
Performance. I will dance in a circle. And maybe
To
that will
impress the forest.
13.
Got a 26.
to my two 13s. This makes a lot of sense because you two have the most sensitive smell regarding the situation, and for what it's worth, that is very distracting. That whatever that is currently embedded into the dirt and into the ground is incredibly distracting. But nevertheless, you don't notice anything different. I think it's important to address what you don't notice as well as what you do. You don't notice anything change. You don't notice anything different. You also, for the record, do not notice anything moving in the bushes. Branson with a 21. Something you notice as you were looking around, as you notice tracks. 3 different sets that are still somehow around this corpse. You, in your time in the woods, find this is odd. Because this thing has been dead long enough that any sort of tracks that would be related to its, shall we say, departure should not be visible, especially with how moist the area and the ground is. And you see 3 different sets of tracks not belonging to any of you. And they go in different directions.
Now here's the question.
Humphrey.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, nope, you go first.
I just want to specify, since we have 3 different sets of tracks, how many are bestial and how many are humanoid?
Roll me a survival check.
Will do. Nat 2026.
Heck yeah.
You notice. You said bestial.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to specify a little bit further with that natural 20. You see a pair of boot prints that don't fully approach the creature, at least not what's left of it. They stop about a foot away from where you would expect a neck and a head to be, before turning and heading in the direction that you came from. You notice a pair of... It's difficult to determine what exactly, but those are definitely paw prints with claws. Again, you aren't really sure what kind. It's hard to tell. But there are, shall we say, those kind of prints. The last thing that you notice are hoof prints.
And those don't follow the boot prints at all?
They don't follow the boot prints, no. In fact, they seem to stop and start as if jumping over the body.
And are they going in the same direction as the boot prints were going? Or, like, the similar path? Like, maybe not following, like, being led, but it might have followed after? Or is it going towards the direction we're going, as in going away?
Perpendicular.
Ah, okay. Then I will let you get to Humphrey's perception next, and then I will, Branson will weigh in.
For sure. 2 things. You do catch movement. It's a bit farther away, but you do catch movement still in the bushes. Seems to be circling, but you're not sure what. And second, there's one other thing that you notice in the distance. And that is an oddly shaped... Well, It's a tree that seems to be partially uprooted at an awkward angle. And you have reason to suspect, based on the way that the earth is shaped around it, that perhaps that might actually be something worth investigating. Perhaps a den entrance.
Humphrey will, since he has his rapier out, point towards the, like slowly point up to the thing moving in the trees. There is still movement there. However, and points towards the possible den entrance. We also have that.
Our previous hunter is not the one to have killed this thing, but it seems he did his work and took its head. He was being followed by something with hooves that leapt over the corpse before it got to this point. And there's some more beast tracks. Do the beast tracks lead to where he was pointing with his rapier?
They do.
And most likely that din is still in use, because there's claw tracks leading to it. Do we want to investigate, or leave it for this hunter to find?
I mean, we have so few threads to pull on. We might as well pull on this one, no?
My only concern, and since we've been fighting things in the forest, or spectator there in the woods might be inclined to attack if we get nearby that entrance there. I am not one to explore the wilderness that much, but even I know you don't mess with something protecting their den or their lair. Nest words.
Onyx?
I have to say I agree with Humphrey. But if the two of you want your questions answered, I don't mind hanging back and watching out for any danger while you investigate further.
Fair enough. Branson will sheath his regular axe and pull out the two silvered hand axes. Alright. Be ready to run at the sound of struggle. And Branson will take point with, so he can protect Razvan, who's the more magically inclined, and head towards the den-ish area.
I would assume we all follow you, nevertheless.
If you follow the tracks and you approach this tree, as I mentioned, it seems to be partially uprooted, but as you approach it, the tree itself is not dead, surprisingly. It almost looks as if it has grown around its state of being uprooted. And as you actually get a closer look, sure enough, you do notice it definitely looks like something dug into the ground here. And the hole itself looks large enough to be, at the very least, average wolf-sized, if not larger. Whoops.
Oh, you're fine. I'm just also pulling up something real quick to check. Oops,
You're good?
Didn't mean to post it, but now I can at least read it here. Unfortunately, as we discovered, they are not undead. This spell will definitely not find if there is a wolf or wolf creature in this den. So we have to check the hard way. So Branson will approach it and try to see if there seems to be any signs of, like, life, extra like more animal bits, scat, any of that kind of stuff.
Go ahead and roll me a survival check.
16.
Sure enough, you definitely see, shall we say, signs, recent signs of a creature having been here. I will leave that up to your imagination, what I mean by signs.
Yeah,
But there
no,
are definitely signs.
I'm glad I added my concept art in my head for Branson included gloves. All right, I will venture somewhat into there. Be ready. And well, I'm not sure how big the opening is. Is this a crawl or is this a?
Like I said, it's about it's probably going to be a slight crawl, but it's about the size of what you would expect to be a pretty average, shall we say, bestial size. Like for like a den. At the very least, you're pretty sure something even as large as a bear could probably even fit in there.
Hmm. Well, then first Branson will probably shine a light to get shine his lantern down to get an idea of how big the depth is, and also to see if something just happens to be in there right now.
For sure.
Hooray! I did the thing!
And I just realized I forgot to turn my alerts off, so give me a second while I fix that in OBS.
You're good.
Ignore
While
the
you're
dancing
doing
kermit.
while you're doing that, Humphrey, what are you doing?
Humphrey's mainly keeping an eye on the thing that was moving on the trees.
Roll me perception check.
Will do. That's a 14.
You've lost it. You know it was around here. It was circling your party, but you've lost it.
I do not see the thing that was moving around us. That might be a reason for concern.
There's gonna be like a look of, like, I can't think of the word, like discontent or like disconcern for from Branson as again he's like, tree wolves. This place truly is hell. Not saying that out loud. That's basically just like the look on his face, though he's also not good at hiding things.
While we're
What do you see
here,
down? Mhm.
sorry, you go first.
What do you see down there, Mr. Branson?
It's large enough to even let a bear live in there, but it's mostly empty.
There sure are bones in here.
Yeah,
There's scat in here.
he's sparing that because we've already seen
Mhm.
bones, and the scat is unremarkable because he's not using it for tracking right now.
For sure.
Whatever it is, it could even possibly be whatever creature is stalking amongst the trees. I say we take the providence of it not being here and just hurry on our way.
Razvan
Razvan?
and Onyx, roll me perception checks real quick.
A 9.
11.
Okay. Humphrey, were you going to say something?
Oh, yeah, no, I'm just going to ask Mr. Razvan, Mrs. Onyx. What do you say? Shall we continue?
Yeah, it's no reason not to. I recognize the somewhat strange state of where we find ourselves now, but no place has been relatively inviting since we arrived here.
If we're
The
being
annoyance ducks underneath Razvan's cloak and takes the hide action.
Ooh.
do we all notice that?
You know, like
Go
Hmm?
ahead. Go ahead, Sam first.
you know how like old ladies pick up their really tiny dogs and like hold them close. Roswell will just attempt to do that with annoyance.
Roll
Rapier
me
in
a
the other
grapple
hand.
check. Roll me a grapple check.
This feels like a sort of betrayal. Says the feline friend of the group. Onyx just glares at the cat, not at Razvan. At Annoyance specifically.
Aggressor wins.
And Razvan will say, "Do not worry. I will keep you safe." The other hand has the rapier, and he'll kind of fold over his cape, like kind of half cape, to fall over his arm that's holding Annoyance, like a football, to try and like help Annoyance feel a little safe and hidden.
I appreciate your gesture at trying to help me, but I think you should look behind you.
Razvan will look behind him.
Oh! Gonna have to clear some stuff on the screen here to get this all working.
You're good. Roll me another perception check with advantage, Razvan.
22.
Yeah. You realize now why your lovely companion was taking the hide action. While you do not see it, you do hear the sharp inhale and exhale of something breathing in the woods behind you.
There is something behind us, Onyx.
Onyx turns around.
Roll me a perception check.
Before you do, keep a steady eye open. It may keep us safe, as you've already done so many times before. And we'll give Onyx Bardic Inspiration. How? Well, at least I get a point of Bardic Inspiration back.
You sure do!
Oh my day.
It seems so.
I'm listening. That's a 4.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
4 as
Why?
a natural one. Again.
Why? But the constitution and the perception, it's just
You are the natural one.
yes.
And
Natural one.
as you do not see anything, I regret to inform you that something jumps out of the bushes, Onyx, and attempts to bite your arm. Does a 14 hit?
I don't think so. Let me check 1 second. Oh, it does not. By like so close. I have AC 15, so no.
All right, as it goes in to try and bite you, you jump out of the way, and I would like everyone to roll initiative. And this includes our friends over in the den.
Wait. Time for combat. 21 for Humphrey.
14.
A 7 for Razvan.
And a 14.14 for me, because some of us use the point system.
Incredible. incredible natural 20 for the Annoyance. Which one of these days you'll have to figure out what its name is, but today is not that day. Okay.
I mean, it might be.
It
Night is
works.
young.
Alrighty.
I'm just imagining Razvan as like the middle-aged soccer mom holding a small dog waiting in the Starbucks line.
So, top of the turn order actually is Humphrey. You hear a loud growling and a snarl as the creature leaps out of the brush to try to bite your original feline friend.
Our feline friend, not our
Eh.
feline acquaintance.
Mhm. Yeah, seeing that, Humphrey will immediately yell to Branson, Mr. Branson, behind us! And he will do, let me see, movement, 40 feet. Yeah, wonderful. Will dash. I can move here, right?
You move around the trees, but yes.
Oh.
And for the
Can I move there?
record, those weird vines all over the ground, for mechanics' sakes, are difficult terrain.
Oh,
So they take you double the movement.
yeah. So up to here, that would be eating 20 away, right?
Correct.
So that leaves me with 20 feet to move
You don't
after
get
that.
any funny monk movement?
That's 40 total. So yeah, I am eating half of it here, 20, and I have 20 more. So it would be here tops.
All right. I mean, it's worth it.
Yeah. If I move here, where I'm ending the line, do I have line of sight, or is that tree in the middle?
So, what you have here, I'll just reveal a little bit more of the space. You have a tree here, and that is hiding. But you do, from your position, you do have a bit of line of sight. Yes.
Wonderful. Then I am set here, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Alrighty. With my action, I want to throw a dart. Actually, I have daggers. Right. Object interaction. I want to take out the silver dagger, and I want to throw the silver dagger at this thing with my attack.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah. Second. Come on, roll 20. There we go. Hiya. That's an at one.
It sure is.
Precious
Your
silver dagger.
dagger ends up recoverable, sure, but ends up getting stuck in the vines and the very obscure brambly roots right around here.
Shit. Let me see. Check something. Distance. Okay. Then with my bonus action, I want to spend a key point to do Step of the Wind.
Okay.
So yeah, I can take a dash action with my bonus, and that lets me. That would be 20 feet all the way here, because if this
it is difficult terrain.
yeah, but I have 40
Yes.
feet, so
Okay.
that covers it.
Okay.
And I can place
good.
myself. Yeah, and I can place myself here. And yeah, and that ends Humphrey's turn, and he's standing ground.
Next up in the turn order, we have Onyx. No, I'm sorry. Wait. Is it Onyx or is it Branson? Sorry.
The thing is, for if you want to use the points, it would be the higher point, whatever. Or if you want to use the modifier, then you can use that, because the points are just for people who don't have the same modifier. So Onyx would be next.
Yep.
Yes. All right. Yes. So I
Yeah.
had that correct. Onyx, you are next up, and Branson is on deck.
All right. How close is the thing that bit me?
Oh, it's right there. It's
Great.
right in front of you. 5 feet.
Okay. I will use my dagger to stab it. Well, I throw the dagger. It's a 24 with 8 piercing and 4 sneak.
I would assume
24 will hit.
Yeah.
I would assume you are hitting rather than throwing, because throwing would be at a disadvantage.
Yeah, if it's enough to stab, then let's give it a good stab.
You are in front of it.
Stab. Yeah.
Okay, 24 will hit.
Okay.
Anything else you would like to do on your turn?
Yes. Let's see. As I stab, I am also going to run away from creature. So
Are you going to take...
no, I did
Oh,
not. That was very poor. 10.
Are you hiding
use-
or are you disengaging?
Hiding was my go-to move, but yeah,
Okay.
No,
attempting
I
to
mean,
hide, I scored a 10, so that's not that.
you have cunning action as a rogue, so with your bonus action you could disengage, so you can run away without getting an attack.
Well,
Because
that
if
was
you run
why I
away-
had... That's why I had asked if the bonus action was to disengage or to hide.
Hmm.
Because, so for your information, Sheila, disengage allows you to actually run away, so you can move away from the creature without it attacking you. That's what the disengage action does. Versus hide, where you stay in place, and of course you, as you noted, stealth. So, do you still want to take your hide action, or do you want to actually run away, and do you want to disengage?
I did already roll, so I don't mind taking
Okay.
just
Okay.
suffering this time. And then remembering to disengage instead for the future.
I like to imagine, for the sake of humor, especially because that's a natural one. So you
I
go in
duck and
and
my
you like...
ears are sticking out by a bush or something.
I was actually thinking like, and if you don't like this, we can go with you hiding in a bush. But the way that I kind of envision this is like you stab it in like the leg, right? And then immediately like tuck and hide underneath its body so that
Works for me. That's
like
hilarious.
for narrative sake, not for mechanics sake, you're like trying to hide underneath it as if like, oh, you can't hit me because I'm underneath your legs.
Yeah, works for me.
Amazing. Incredible. All right. Branson, before you have your turn, you hear a just this paled attempt at a snarl as a creature darts out and pounces at you from the other side of the den.
I see you've chosen violence.
I have. Unfortunately, as it goes to swipe with its claws, you parry its arm away, and it does not make purchase. But it is going to do a second attack with its other claw, and that's still not going to make purchase. You are ready, apparently.
There no think. There is new object of hate.
And now it is your turn.
Well then. I'm just looking at my options for, bonus action is so ripe for the cleric, at least spellcasting wise, and that's also how I get my second attack. Well, what I was going to do is out the window, and so I think he is just going to take one of the two hand axes, and I'm going to burn a slot for it. as you just see the lightning start just rolling off the blade as he swings it into this thing's shoulder. Where are you? So first, you gotta swing. Where are you? Hand axe swing. Okay. And so that's a 14 to hit. Does it hit?
It does, in fact, hit.
Okie dokie. So that's 7 silver slashing damage. And where are you? Smite. And that's 10 radiant damage as this thing now is just covered in a layer of black lightning.
Ooh. Okay.
And he just roars back at this thing. Branson has been activated again. You found out he doesn't get activated by trees or bugs.
Anything else you would like to do on your turn?
Sadly, all I can do.
It is now the other wolf's turn. It is going to... Okay. Bear with me. Pun intended. It is going to leap through the air, landing on this side.
Oh. Does that mean opportunity attack?
Not for you, it does not, because it did not leave your attack range.
Right.
And I actually don't know about... So if you're hiding, technically, would that not...
You can still, it still provokes. It's just you're no longer hiding if you take the reaction.
Right, okay. So
Also, I would assume the attack would be at advantage because that would be from an unseen attacker.
correct. Correct. So Onyx, if you did want to take an attack of opportunity, you could. Just note that it means that your hide action would end, but the trade-off there is that you would get advantage on the attack, as they just kindly pointed out.
You're saying I can attack the creature that I've been trying to get underneath?
Correct.
Great! I'm gonna try stab from up close, from underneath, which would put me at the creature's rear. Okay, that's funny. I'll do it for the humor.
And you have advantage because you're technically stealthing. And you would get sneak attack because you're technically stealthing.
Yeah, but my stealth roll is...
Let's go!
That's a nat 20.
See, that's where the advantage comes in
Good
handy.
thing. Yeah, if I didn't have the advantage, can you see how that would go?
Yeah, that's a nat 1 on the other side.
Right?
Yeah,
What? How?
yeah. Thank you for the advantage. I stab it in its butt with a nat 20, so...
Incredible. Incredible. Plus all of that lovely damage right there. Yeah,
Like
you managed to land a
6
solid
plus 8
hint.
sneak. Yep. Does it grab its rear after? And
It
howl
does
in
not.
pain?
It does not have
No.
opposable thumbs.
Okay.
Also, its joints don't work that way. And for the record, Humphrey, as it goes down to bite you, how would you describe it not hitting?
Humphrey, that is now getting more and more comfortable with moving in these fluid ways. He just like moves away. Just the chunk that he was about to bite, like nope, goes in, just like moves to the side. It's like nope.
I'm imagining if Buggy from One Piece's power was more like goo than chop.
I mean, just have you seen the meme of the guy like just dodging bullets by like swinging around?
Uh-huh.
Kind of like that.
Good. Incredible. As it attempts to bite you, and it's going to then... Ooh. as it acknowledges the fact that you are very, very incredulously dodging. I'm sorry, I'm laughing. I'm looking at the
You
gift
broke
that Citrix.
Saris.
It actually goes and it leans down, and in its big, mighty jaws, it wraps its jaws around the Annoyance. And Razvan, it's going to try to pull the Annoyance out of your arms.
Fuck no.
Contested,
What do I gotta do to stop it?
contested strength.
Is this a save or a check?
It's a check.
Fuck. All right.
I'm sorry.
18.
Oh.
How would you like to describe Razvan succeeding?
Razvan is going to do kind of a sort of pirouette to use more of his agility narratively than his strength to try and keep the Annoyance safe, holding the cat closer to his chest.
And I apologize for headphone users as it lets out a. And it takes a good chunk of damage as you loosen it from the jaws of this creature. That hurt. That hurt it. The cat is now bloody in your arms. But that is the wolf's turn. And it is now your turn.
All right. We are going to cast. Actually, no. Much as I don't want this creature to be harmed, we're going to attack. I think this is going to be a more appropriate situation. Is Razvan like technically where the Annoyance is, or?
Yeah. For sake of ease, I had to, put tokens next to each other in that way, but you
Makes
are
sense.
technically where the Annoyance is at. Yes.
Razvan's going to move with the Annoyance over to here to get some flanking.
Okay. We will move the Annoyance to get some murder sandwich going.
Yes, and then we are going to attempt to stab with the rapier.
Okay.
17 to hit.
17 will hit.
4 piercing. And as my next trick, 1 second, where is work that way? I guess not. We are going to give. Hey, no, that doesn't work that way. Okay. We are simply going to remain there. I'm not going to use a bonus action yet.
Okay.
That'll be Russell's turn.
All right. Bringing us to the top of the order with Humphrey. You have a murder sandwich.
A lovely one. First of all, the dagger I just threw, it's around where I am, or
Correct.
picking it up, would it be a full action, bonus action, or an object interaction?
It would to identify where exactly it is within the roots and vines. You would unfortunately have to take an action to investigate.
We do not have the luxury of that, so rapier it is. Here it is. Hiya! That's a 21 to hit.
That'll hit.
So that would be 6 piercing with sneak attack because I have an adjacent ally. Did it?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, you're two rogues standing next to each other. You are in the perfect harmony.
Yep. That is 5 extra. And bonus action. Yep. Since we are in a tense situation, Humphrey will recall back to what he did to the trees and steady himself. Try to forget about the limitations of a rigid body. Feel him, let the his key flow through him, and he will do will summon the astral arms.
Okay.
Here. What? Why is that wrong? Anyway. Yeah. So they had to roll a dex save, DC 14, and that would be 7 damage in case if they do not make it.
Unfortunately, as you summon additional arms into the reality from the ether, it snarls at you and dodges out of the way. I'm so sorry, it was a natural 20.
No, that is perfectly fine.
Anything else you would like to do on your turn?
No, that is pretty much all of my turn.
Before we move to the next person's turn, something interesting happens in Onyx. You are able to notice it best from where you were standing.
Where am I currently?
On the map, you are currently right here.
No, I'm guessing I'm no longer under the creature.
No, you are not.
Yes.
But you notice, so obviously, a little theater of the mind here. I realize there's an entire full skeleton on the ground. It is supposed to represent what I had described previously. Bear with me. So it is not actually a head with legs. It is just the rib cage and the spine. But you actually notice some of the roots begin to wiggle and peek out from below the ground and begin to wrap around what is left of the spine and the rib cage, and you watch as it begins to crumble and collapse right behind Razvan. And it is now your turn, Onyx.
Oh, the vines are back. How close are the vines that just crushed to me?
To you,
Are they like
where
rapidly coming
the
toward?
no, they're where the rib cage is, so they're like right behind Razvan.
Oh, okay, so they're not continuing to like come for me right now.
Nope, they are wrapping around the skeleton in the ground and are beginning to crush around it.
Well, I feel like the beast is the more immediate threat, so I am going to attack him again. Okay, I once again hit the thing with my dagger. Yeah, it's a 13.
Unfortunately, a 13 just misses.
Okay. This time I will disengage and move away from the creature and the direction of the vines that are crushing the rib cage. But I do call out that to Razvan. Razvan, the vines. They're back. And let's see. For cunning action, do I just roll like a d6 or?
Oh no, you
Put it
don't
on my-
need to. You took the disengage, so you don't need to. You can just
Okay.
move. You can just move.
All right. Okay, so I just move away from the beast as well as the vines.
Go ahead and move your token then to where you want to position yourself.
So my map isn't loading.
Oh no!
It's a frozen. Wait, I should actually probably show people what my map like looks like. But I can see if there's a way to fix this. But yeah, no, it's not working. It's just a blank screen with a
Okay.
tiny patch of map.
So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to send you a screenshot real quick of the current map as you see it. I'm going to put it in the group chat. You
I'm
let me
going to show
know.
you what my map looks like.
Sure. You let me know where you want to position yourself, and I will move you there.
Okay. Yep, didn't work.
Apologies, folks.
Yeah, refreshing didn't work. It's the same thing. So I can't see what it looks like.
Yeah,
It was
we're
there when
gonna.
we first started and then disappeared once combat started. Oh my god, that's what it looks like.
So yeah,
Yeah, so I can just be I think moved from the other side of the creature and the rib cage.
Okay.
Disengaging, yeah, and just in the opposite direction.
Okay. So I understand correctly. You want to be on the other side of the skeleton?
Yeah, the beast
Okay.
thing.
Yes.
Right there. Yeah,
Gotcha.
thank you. But yeah, no, that looks completely different from my point of view, which you can see.
Yeah. We will
Yeah.
work with this. We can work with this. Anything else you would like to do? I don't think there's anything you can do because you did action,
Nope.
bonus action, and movement. All right. It is time for Hey Branson. Do you want to take an attack of opportunity?
oh yes, I would love to.
As it goes in for a bite, that's a natural one.
Oh no, give me a second here. I pressed the wrong thing. I gotta make sure it's not affecting the stream. Okay, we're good. I accidentally pressed that stupid thing that Windows has, where it's right next to the start button, where it pulls all your tabs out. Because I was trying to pull up my character sheet. I was like, oh no, don't do this to me. So do hand X main hand. There we go. That's a 21 for 8 silver slashing.
Heck yeah.
No, I'm sorry, that's too high.
Don't you Pathfinder me.
Yeah. That hits and it slices it good. It lets out a as you do some silver damage.
Okie dokie, so where's it going? Oh, that was because of a failed roll. My bad.
Yeah, it was because of a failed roll. It's not going anywhere though, because it's gonna. Oh my gosh! No, it's not. It's not going to do anything. I need a new pair of dice.
No, these dice sound good.
Hey, Sheila, Sheila, I am shaking your hand right now. That is my second natural one in a row.
You two are on fire tonight.
I'm just looking there.
And that's. Sorry?
I was just gonna say, it's like that one thing. Only instead of post, it's these dice are doing numbers.
Yeah, they sure are. That's its turn. It's your turn, Branson.
So I have one question before I move. Am I able to see the other one?
Yes, you are. It's in line of sight.
Okay, cool. Then I don't even have to make. Well, actually, no. He will move one step because they're all dealing with another one, so keeping them from getting together. He's just going to move in front of the beast. And then you guys will all watch as he does the familiar action of swinging down his whatever axe he's holding, as I use the channel divinity I got back during that short rest to do. Where are you? Where are you? I use my Roar of Vengeance, so they have to beat a 14 Wisdom saving throw or take 16 force damage and have disadvantage on attacks against anything other than me.
Hey. $13.
That's a failure.
That's a failure.
And that's for both of them, so...
Oh, for both of them?
Yeah, I can select a number of creatures up to my wisdom mod, so that's why I wanted to know if I could see them both.
The other one unfortunately passes.
Okay, so now I just need to know which one it was, because he was basically doing that specific...
The one that's standing in front of you failed. The one that's over with the others. Succeeded, passed. That's
All
the
right.
word I was looking for.
That's a
There
shame,
goes
but
Citric.
Amazing.
I'm starting to love the mid game memes that you make, Zan. But
Oh, just the shitty MS paints.
yeah, no, I love. But then, well, since he didn't get what he wanted, he is still just going to do. That's main hand. There's offhand. Bonus action. Gonna swing that other hand axe and not hit.
You two are doing this little dance of not hitting each other.
I mean, I've hit it. This is my first miss on this thing. Okay.
Correct. But as it currently stands, you both are doing this dance of not hitting each other.
And both screaming primally at each other.
Correct. Anything else you would like to do on your turn?
That's literally everything.
Alrighty. It is now the other one's turn.
Did what I could, guys.
Eeny, meeny, murder, sandwich. It's gonna go for another bite attack.
Mm-hmm.
Razvan, I have a very legitimate question for you right now.
I have a potentially bootlegged answer.
I would assume you have an answer. How protective are you holding this loaf of bread in your arms?
Oh, he will throw his body in front of the attack if possible.
Incredible. I'm going to assume that does not meet your AC as it goes in for now a second bite. Man, we're just not doing great. Hey, do you want an attack of opportunity?
Yes, please.
To be fair, the last time we fought one of these things, it was the size of an adult dragon, and now these things are coming at us where it's like, nah, we've seen worse.
That is a 21 to hit.
Roll some damage.
For 11 piercing.
How do you want to kill it?
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Razvan's gonna stab the thing as it tries to go for the annoyance. He's gonna stab it to try and open it up and then narratively go for the throat and just dig into where its windpipe and main artery would be and pull outward.
Incredible. And it falls with a dead. It's now your turn.
As in Razvan's?
Yeah, it's now your turn.
Kind of seeing that, he's gonna flick the blood and then narratively, if you would allow, Saris, he's gonna
Mhm.
give Annoyance a little bit of a head kiss for a cure wounds.
So wholesome.
Yeah.
10 healing.
You watch as the giant gouges on both of the sides of its tum-tum begin to scab over.
And then we are going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it's a difficult 1, 2, 3 to here. And we'll shout out, "We need to help Bronson! Not that he needs too much help! We're here for you, buddy!" And we will give Bardic Inspiration to Branson.
You're doing great, sweetie.
Primal scream in the background. I love he has two modes: calculated thinker and gut screaming.
I'm here for Razvan's latte mommy arc.
Let's go.
Crying.
That's Razvan's turn.
All right, Razvan's turn, putting us at the top of the order. Humphrey.
Humphrey's turn. So, I move at half speed. I can move here with 40 feet of movement. Okay, and if I burn another key point, I can run all the way here. Oh, no, actually, wait. Because I have 40 feet. So, have to do the math.
You would actually get farther because in that segment between,
Mhm.
we're on the same page. You're good.
Yeah.
Incredible.
So up to the first, up to this first point, that would be at a half speed, right?
Correct. And then your
So
additional
here I
40.
have,
Yeah.
I have 20, and
That would put you right at the
20.
edge. Yeah.
So yeah, you will see again Humphrey powering himself, and at this point he's not even trying to so much as run, but he takes a running start and start bouncing like a ball.
Incredible.
While this is going on, I just
And
want to point out,
bounces all the way.
I just want to point out,
Go
Robot
ahead.
just showed up in the chat, and immediately now he is the Donald Glover meme of "What did I miss?"
But yeah, you see how like Humphrey comes back, like, comes down, like at full speed bouncing, and on the way down, because I used my bonus action to give myself step of the wind, and with I still have my attack, so all that running start to just jump at this thing with the rapier.
The stereotypical like anime-esque uh they run until they hit a certain point and then they leap in the air and they go to like do that dramatic punch. That's kind of what or like that, like taking the sword down. That's kind of what I'm imagining Humphrey's doing. That very shonen, like, insert like power scream here.
Kinda. But yeah,
Yeah.
he goes. Hiya!
No, I got
That's
you.
a 21.
Just saying, I got you, Saris.
And because I am.
Yeah, that's good. 21 will hit.
And I have to add my sneak attack to that
You do.
because I have an ally. So that is a total of 13 piercing with the silver rapier.
Yep. It is still up.
Yeah, again, you
It
see
is bleeding, but it is still up.
you see this tiny ball of like gelatin bounce out of nowhere with a large pointing stick, a large pointing stick in stab at it, stab at the thing. Mr. Branson.
Scream. And I only find it funnier because I just realized for the GIF I showed, that move is literally called the Orange Punch, and Citric is doing it.
Incredible.
Yeah, that is action, bonus action, and movement. So that is my turn.
Onyx.
I am
would
also
like
out
you
of key.
You are out of key. All right. Onyx, I would like you to make me a dexterity saving throw. Plus a map update for you.
Yes, please. Thank you. I've been trying to mess with my map.
You're good. You're good.
26.
A 26. You are prepared. You watch as one of the roots begins to creep up. You are standing close enough to the skeleton that it's begun to sense your little toe beans, and as it reaches for your toe beans, you dodge out of the way. And at the start of your turn, what shall you do?
Let's see. I want to move close to the others who are
Okay.
fighting the second beast.
How many feet do you have of movement? Remind me, please.
Is that 30? I think it's 30. Or is it? I believe it's 30.
Okay. So that would put you about here.
Though they could use a bonus action to dash because they are a rogue.
That's
Yeah.
very true. Would you
That's
like
what
to
I was
use?
planning on doing. Yes, because you're gonna use
Alright.
dash.
Yeah.
Okay. So I could use that to cover the distance and get to them.
You are able to get to Razvan and the Annoyance, yes.
Yes. All right. Well, I leap away from the vines that are crawling up, and then head towards the others to help with the beast.
Actually, I'm gonna adjust where I put you. Are you? Here's a question. Would you rather be behind cover and
Yes.
be
Yeah.
essentially out of sight?
Yes, since I'm using this
Okay.
turn to dash and not attack, I'd
Okay.
like to be like fairly hidden and like do surveillance,
Okay.
but also be close.
Then if you don't want to take an action to attack, and you said to do surveillance, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
$19.
You notice that the vines around both where you're standing and also where Humphrey and Branson are also starting to become active.
Call out to them. Humphrey, Branson, the vines.
Duly noted.
And with that, your action, bonus action, and your movement, that brings us to this beast's turn. All right, chat. How many nat ones do you think we're gonna roll this round?
I think you saying that means you're about to hit me several times.
You can
Not
ask, but
several. The first time, it reels back its jaws. And Humphrey, you manage to swat it away with its teeth away with your rapier. However, as it goes in for a second bite, does a 16 hit?
It does not.
Okay. How do you imagine then it not hitting?
Right now, Humphrey is locked in just moving around as kind of like a liquid, so he just squishes himself down and gets out
It
of the
just
way.
drips between the teeth. All right. And it is locked in combat. It is unable to move. That makes us at Branson's turn.
Again, like, sensing that this thing might be close to death, Branson's just not holding back, and so once more you'll see a bolt of black lightning go from his head as I need to get back to the other side of my sheet for this. I'm kind of happy that, despite being a cleric, this is my go-to killing spell.
I am a healer, but
DC 1410 for 10 psychic damage on Mind Spike.
Okay. I'm so sorry. It saves.
That's fine, that's still 5 psychic damage, I just don't get any of the other effects. And I still have my bonus action, so... Oop, not open Discord. Open my sheet back up. He once more swings down. Silvered hand axe. Oh well, someone else will kill it. Branson's just in a rage. It's again shooting out like that thing directly into this thing's mind. Didn't go down. Oh well, I'll keep swinging. Miss. Okay, on the next turn.
All right. And with that, no movement.
No.
No movement. All right, Razvan.
All right. Razvan's going to move up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 to here. And will cast a vicious mockery on the werewolf in question.
What do you
DC
say?
14. Look at you! You smell as bad as you look!
All right. That was not the response you get.
Yeah, the werewolf just rolls their eyes. All right. It's a medical condition.
Look at you. And it snorts. I will not tell you whether or not it took the damage, but it snorts at you.
All right. Well, that's an action and a move. So,
Oh wait a
I feel
second! I
really
just
bad
realized
for-
I forgot I could roll the bardic inspiration on that hand axe.
You could.
So that's a D6.
Oh, yeah. In the future, yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
it's just we've got a lot of things happening,
Yep, there are a lot of things happening.
and plus I need a 6 to actually hit this thing. Oh!
Not for this turn. You can use it next turn.
Oh, okay.
but we know
Yes.
it could have. What
It could
have
have.
been?
What could have been?
It could have, but save it for next time.
Skill issues.
Humphrey, bring this diseased rag down on its knees, and we'll give you, Humphrey, a bardic inspiration.
See, that could have been your vicious mockery. Diseased rag.
I had a feeling it wasn't going to pass, so I didn't want to use the
Oh, I
good
did not
stuff yet.
confirm or deny whether or not it passed.
Oh,
It
100%.
just
But
snorted
I'm-
in your direction.
that's my cantrip insult. I'm saving my level 1 insults for
Fair
a
enough.
better time, more opportune
Fair
time.
enough.
That's where I was
Fair
concerned.
enough.
All I'm saying
Okay.
that I would have loved for the, the smelly thing just to have killed it. It's like, you stink, dies.
Falls over.
What is it? Oh gosh, what is it? Actually a part of the initiative, but has not taken actions. It is now the Annoyance's turn. As it's going to, if I can pull it up, please. Character sheet, cooperate, please. Please, please. Please, please, thank you. That's what I wanted. It is going to quickly do a quick little scan around at everyone. Recognizing that you all are, I'm assuming, in relatively good health.
I have not been hit.
It is going to, and you watch, Razvan, as it kind of does a little wriggle as it stretches in your arms. And as it does, you notice that its skin begins to look a little perkier, and those wounds that were closing have begun to fully heal.
We'd love to see a good big stretch.
A good big stretch, and that is the Annoyance's turn, bringing us to the top of the order with Humphrey, if I may have a dexterity saving throw.
Will do. That's a 7.
One of the
I have-
vines.
Mhm.
Huh? Do you want to?
No,
do you want to use
saying
it? Do you want to use it?
No, that's what I'm saying. I know I have bardic inspiration, but I'd rather save it for later. I do not care right now to get caught.
Okay. You are feeling as the vines begin to crawl up your legs.
Hmm.
And you find that you are grappled.
Yeah, Humphreys feels the grapple, but right now his focus is fully on the creature in front of him. So you see as Humphrey just like what's the word? Ducks down and try to like strike upwards with the rapier. After seeing everything going on, hearing the encouraging words of Razvan. So yeah. Oh, that's a 23 to hit.
That will hit.
And of course, I am adding sneak attack to that because I have an adjacent fellow. If I remember, have I? One extra. That is a total of 11 piercing for the silver rapier.
How would you like to end this?
Let's go.
Yeah.
Yay.
Again, within all the chaos, hearing the encouraging words of Razvan, Humphrey just like skewers upwards and strikes this thing from below the jaw and through the top of his head, and just using the rapier like a lever, just pulls this thing down like to the ground.
And it is dead, and we are officially out of initiative. But I will not be leaving the map. As from here, I will actually encourage you to explore.
Oh boy.
Razvan will look to Annoyance and slowly put them, like, let them have their own legs touch the ground, but will lower them so they can walk if they want.
You watch the beans stretch out. Fully stretched beans. As it lowers to the ground.
Yeah, I told you I'd keep you safe.
I think was gonna eat me.
Not so long as I'm around.
I appreciate it. Thank you. And proceeds to like start rubbing up against your legs.
Oh.
I really, really appreciate it. That was very scary.
Of course, we can't have anything bad happening to our guide.
Meanwhile, while this wholesome scene is happening, Branson is still screaming and at this point has dropped the hand axes and is bringing his actual axe down on this thing, taking its head.
Okay.
Humphrey, for his part, he looks at Branson right, screaming at like besides him, shakes his head a little bit, looks at the vines on the leg, and he just moves out of the way to get off the vines. Do I have to roll?
Go. Yes, you're gonna have to break out of the grapple. So go ahead and roll me a grapple check.
Because Plasmoid, I do have advantage, and since I still have, I am within the 10 minutes of the Astral Arms, I can do so replacing Strength for Wisdom and using Athletics. All to say, 24 to get away for that.
I like to imagine, and correct me if this is incorrect, but the arms just scoop you up and place you on the ground.
I mean, that would be my. As we explained, we're flavoring the Astral Arms as just tentacles, like extra arms. Yeah,
right. Like the arms, like the tentacles, just scoop you up and just replace you on the ground.
I kind of love like Doctor Octopus. Like what?
Yeah, exactly.
And he starts moving away from the vines. He leaves Branson alone to like butcher the corpse, while he's going to go back to grab his the silver dagger, but passing by, he tips his hat at the Annoyance and says, "Told you, they are rather they are good company to keep around." And he will go and try to find his dagger around here.
Investigation check.
Will do.
Razvan will just be sitting on the ground, leaving his like hand slightly out to let the Annoyance basically ask for pets or bunts, whatever they want to do, and we'll just like watch Branson go through their rage like it's entertainment.
This is really funny to me. Roll an animal handling check with advantage.
Let's go.
Also, I got a 14 on investigation.
18.
So you do find your dagger. The roots have just started to coil around it, but you are able to yoink. You extend your hand out, Razvan, and you are greeted with a mighty headbutt of the affectionate kind.
Hell yeah.
Aggressive head, but affectionate.
Yes. Have you ever seen a cat aggressively headbutt
Oh yeah.
as a form of oh yeah, absolutely.
My oldest cat, like instead of like rubbing his face or kind of like using his sides to kind of rub up against you, he will literally just single motion headbutt your arm and then keep his head perfectly still there and start purring.
No.
That's cute.
It takes about 5 minutes. But Branson, you do get the first head. It is gory.
I would say after a while, like once the like head is removed, and he kind of like focuses in, you'll see his posture change, and he'll just be like, "Well, we'll take the head. From what I gather, this is the wolf tax. It may in fact come in handy. I'll take the other." And in a completely different like mood, walks over to this thing and dispassionately just starts on the head again.
As Branson is doing that, Humphrey and Onyx, since you are both in better view of it, you watch as the roots around the skeleton begin to completely just crush this thing into dust. Until eventually it is no more skeleton than it is, well, like I said, dust in the ground, in the mud. No more white specks in a sea of green and brown and blue.
Looking at the at the living roots, we did not see any. We did not see this kind of pattern, like of living trees in the previous patches with the creatures we found, right?
Not since you left the area of the blight. And since you're bringing it up,
Mm-hmm.
And I will permit, I know Branson is busy, so I apologize, but I will permit Onyx as well, both Humphrey and Onyx, to roll me just really quickly a nature check.
Will do. That's a 12.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
That's a
City life.
3.
That also makes sense.
Well, yeah, with my luck today, yeah, it certainly does.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Sheila.
No, it's fine.
I'm shaking your hand right now.
Hey, at least you got to stab an ass.
That is true.
I will give you this though. You do pass on this. This does not look like the corrupted, blighted whatever was going on that you saw the previous day.
Mm-hmm.
These look healthy. These roots look healthy. You don't know much about plant life, but they don't look the same as what you saw before.
He will take note of that, and with his dagger retrieved, he will start moving to the side. Look at Branson, say, Mr. Branson, do you need any help?
If you wish, but your weapon is ill-suited for this.
I would agree with that.
Also, do me a favor. Would you go grab my hand axes? I dropped them in my rage.
Not a problem. I will do so. Thank you for keeping our flank. Sorry I left you behind. I just saw the first one in charge into attack.
No, I would
I
have done this.
apologize for leaving you alone.
No, I would have done the same. I was not prepared for the other one. These tree wolves are truly terrifying.
You did a fantastic job holding the flank, Mr. Branson. I truly am grateful for that.
He'll just give a respectful nod, and then there's another wet thunk as he's going at this neck. I will also say, as long as no one's around him, if any of the vines start to try to grapple him, Branson will literally just pause for a second, cast Word of Radiance, and just electrify everything in 5 feet of him.
Actually, two things. One, Humphrey, go ahead and roll me another investigation check. But to that point, you notice they don't go for you, Branson.
Well, Branson's simple. He's just be like, he's threatened these plants a lot, and he has made good on all of his threats.
They seem to be going after the corpse instead. Like, they're going for it first. Humphrey, you find both hand axes. Successfully.
Awesome. Where did you throw them before? To know where...
I didn't throw them at all. He just dropped them. While he was still kind of in his berserker mode, he just dropped the things that he knew would kill it, and now he's just going for the thing to just remove the head.
Okay. So they are here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Humphrey goes towards the like to pick the hand axes and looks at Razvan in the Annoyance. Fantastic work, you two as well.
At this point, Razvan has a little bit of werewolf fur at the end of the rapier and is just moving it back and forth for for the Annoyance to bat at.
Roll me another animal handling check with advantage.
Soft 20.
Yeah, I mean, it's going exactly how you expect it. This is a cat that does prefer jumping over skittering.
Okay, then he'll keep it waist or higher, just kind of jumping it up and down.
If I may point out something funny, Zan, how's it feel to play in 2 games where your emotional support animal is a cat and you also have a cleric?
Yeah, I mean, I don't get to give this one brushies though.
They're a little slimy for that.
Yep.
But yes, you are successful in entertaining Annoyance. The hand axes are retrieved, and after again, it takes about 5 minutes because you gotta hack at it, but after 5 minutes, yep, you get the other head.
All right, Branson will he will find some rope and just tie on to the best areas of the severed heads, just to kind of keep them on his belt, and he'll carry them and just he'll save everyone else the gore. And weight, because these things probably weigh like at least 5 to 10 pounds.
Oh yeah, like a solid bowling ball.
All right. Unless anyone needs to rest and recover, I think we have spent enough time here. We should continue on.
I would like to rest this if that were possible, but I am not opposed to keep moving. And also, you can tell that Humphrey, he's a very vibrant set of colors. And when he, as you have seen it doing it twice already, when he has his astral arms, like the extra set of arms, he's almost glowing. But right now, he's a dull color, just out of key, nothing powering the little blob.
I am fine with taking an hour. This was not something we expected. It's best to be at our best.
The vines here, though, they are different. They don't seem to carry the same light as the patch of the forest we left behind. I am no botanist to make any further assumptions,
They
but I
seem
can, at the very least, point towards that. Like, that is plain to the eye.
they prefer the dead over the living. As long as you stay out of the proximity of the dead, you should be fine. And he will just he'll step away from these vines that were not affecting him. And he'll just pop a Slav squat.
And unless there is anything anyone else wants to do at this exact moment in time before you take a short break, we are also going to take a short break because this is a good time for a break.
Yeah.
Yay!
Oh.
I love that we're slowly just adapting to werewolves. Like, this is not a problem. It's a problem for everyone
now.
else, but us right now.
For now.
But yeah, this has been fun. I'll also stick around if anyone needs to
Also,
go use the
besides-
bathroom or grab stuff.
Oh yeah, I need to use the bathroom. I'll be right back.
All good.
Same.
Also, good reminder to chat to bring your legs and stretch some water. Always important.
I'm also going to step away for a second, but not because I need anything. I have a dog who's been patiently waiting to go out for like an hour now.
Oh
So
yeah. Let the dog out.
I will. I will be right back.
I love that in Citrix's art for like the our like logo, it has 4 ravens, but at this point I'm starting to think that our associated animal should be a cat for this series. We're all cat centric in a plane which is apparently ruled by werewolves. Man, that's a bad domain of dread to run.
Well, I feel like Razvan would be a little bit more sympathetic to the Annoyance because we both melt in the sun.
Yeah. But I just love the weirdly evolving party dynamics, which it's been so fun to explore, especially when I can go back at work and just listen to an episode after we've done playing and I don't have to think so much.
Mm-hmm.
Also, give me 1 second here. To quote a friend, and taking the shot. There you go, Keone. I was explaining it to Skeleton Alpha earlier. If you guys are a regular on these streams, I respect the fact that you can't sub to everyone you watch, but I actually can afford to throw around a few subs every time someone shows up. So if you're a regular and you enjoy, there's a chance I'm probably going to renew your sub. Because you guys enjoying this gives us that much more enjoyment. Like I said last time we played, like just the YouTube comments alone, like one nice comment during the week, that just like makes my day. So know that you are all valid and I appreciate you. Also gotta check a few things to do. What's going on? Do.
I hear a cat on my roof.
Is that irregular?
Oh, no. Where my office is currently, like the roof is relatively low, and like the backyard shed leads right up to it, so they'll go up there and just sunbathe.
I gotcha.
Just one of the kitties is a bit chonky, so I can hear him.
Yeah, I was actually talking to my parents today. Apparently, the new family thing we're going to do collectively is try to find a riding lawnmower.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's mostly just because my parents been helping me for a few years, but they're past the point where I should be asking them for help. It's mostly just because I can't pushing things with the fact I've had 3 ankle surgeries. It's literally the thing that every doctor's like, you should try to avoid pushing things. And since I live on a hill, that's extra work when I'm pushing, so I can't really mow my
Right.
own lawn. So it's like, if I can get a lawnmower, then I can at least, like, let my parents not have to, like, randomly come over to my house and help me out. The problem is they're very expensive, so we're basically trying to find people who are trying to get rid of theirs.
You finally get to live the driving lawnmower and beer cozy life.
Oh, the funny thing is I actually have a shirt for that because I followed a random YouTube channel that would come to, like, cons down here. And so I literally have a Dad Con 1978 shirt, which is just a riding lawnmower under it.
Hell yeah.
That actually, Matt, you said that. I'm gonna set that aside as my actual like yard work shirt. Also, since you're back, Citric, I'm gonna tag out for a second.
Yeah. Didn't know of bards getting familiars, but now you have one. And here I thought Onyx was the party mascot. Oh well, we adopt another.
Onyx is still the party mascot. Razvan just feels for the Annoyance because a creature who burns in the sun, who is also attacked quite frequently by their surroundings. It's like, yeah, okay, he'll feel empathetic. Onyx is strong and independent.
Onyx is a strong, independent cat that needs no no man.
Yep.
At most, the only time she needs anything from anyone, it's uppies.
Yeah.
Which I don't remember. How tall is Branson?
Branson is like 2 inches shorter than Razvan, which makes the fact that he constantly pops up behind him, like, and scares him funny.
Gotcha.
Yeah. That's a meme. I'm like, you know what? No, I like this running joke. I'm gonna beat it into the ground.
There you go.
Though also, since I was talking about earlier about like regulars, because we have so many different regulars between the different D&D series we do, I want to point out I keep track of you guys, and I love seeing when different people latch on to different things. Like, that's literally how me and Saris met, because they were one of the 8 people that actually liked our Tomb of Annihilation game. I was like, you like this? Do you want to talk? After like 2 weeks of insecure anxiety. And now they have DM'd for 2 different series on this channel, and will hopefully someday be a player on it, because I don't want to forever DM Saris. Oh Lord, I just saw a video on Twitter. Rob Layfield found a picture of Ryan Reynolds is now doing a Deadpool mask in live action over his face.
What?
I don't even know why I'm seeing Rob Liefeld. I don't follow him.
He has an account?
Yeah. But I think he
Huh.
learned a long time ago not to actually post on it that much, because Rob Liefeld regularly gets his ass beat on social media.
I mean, last I heard, the guy was pretty, like, I know everyone, like, clowns on him, and but last I heard, he was just, like, taking it in stride now and rolling with the punches and just enjoying the jokes.
It's been a minute since I've been in the comic scene, like at least like 5 to 10 years. Last time I was going around, he was actually trying to defend I'm not a tracer. And I'm like, my dude, you got lazy in your like later years. We can forgive you not.
The biggest offender.
Go ahead.
The biggest offender then would be Greg Land.
Oh,
Greg Land was just
Yes, tracing anything he could Google search and porn.
Yep. For those not aware, Greg Land, like, very big name in comic books. The thing is that he was not, well, he is, I guess he's still getting work, notorious for just tracing women from porn magazines.
No, he also traced a lot of.
is-
He also traced a lot of men. Like, there's several shots from X-Men that are literally just if it's a crowd shot, it's stuff he took from specifically Raiders games.
But the thing with the porn magazine, it was just unashamed, because you would have a character like changing like facial structure, hairstyle from panel to panel, and like, yeah, completely shameless. And of course the guy keep getting work because tracing is fast. You can make deadlines that way.
Yeah, no, that's actually literally the biggest thing about the comic scene for art. It's that it's not how good you are, it's can you make this deadline? And yep, that's basically it. That's also why we get great pictures like, I think we know the infamous Wolverine super neck picture.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Or the Captain America giant
Yes.
Chest.
Which I
Yeah,
actually
that
think
is
is
like-
I actually think that was later Layfield.
Yep, that was
It was,
Liefeld.
yeah.
And that's the weird thing with Liefeld, because when they started Image Comics, Liefeld started missing a lot of deadlines. He kept starting new projects and not delivering on the ones that were supposed to be like Youngblood. I remember was notoriously bad on that side, on that thing. That he kept missing deadlines, and the comic
My
kept going on hiatus because he was just picking other projects instead of finishing that one.
Sir. Sorry, I was going to say that I was back, and then my dog decided to get himself tangled in my cords so that he could hand me a lamb chop.
No.
Can I actually
That
say
he is now.
Go ahead. Go ahead. No, you finish.
Oh, I was just gonna say that he is now aggressively tearing at, throwing, and squeaking with his teeth, and I know my mic's not picking it up.
I just want to say I'm so happy that we've been friends long enough. I can tell the Saris is talking to a pet voice.
You never know.
No, I actually can. I know the distinction because there's been multiple times where I'm like, are you talking to me? No, oh, okay. No, now I know the exact tone.
One of my favorite bits to do is when somebody is in a call that they're only like they only relatively know like other people on call, and someone in that call is like talking about their pet, but their pet has a somewhat real like human name, and they're like, "Oh, is that your cat or dog?" And I'll be like, "No, that's their brother," or "No, that's their mom," and they'll be like, "What?"
Oh, trust me, Zan, I know because my first and only pet I ever had name was Fred.
So
Yeah.
And Citric and Vaughn will both remember him a little bit. I used to have a cat named Ryder. It was really funny because I became friends. I became friends with this person, like in real life, offline, whose also name is Ryder. And there was one time where I was on the phone with this person, and I just in the middle of us talking went, Ryder, stop, and they were like, "Geez, I'm sorry. All right, I'll stop talking."
I
And I
remember.
was
I
like-
think it was a Hank Green video when he was talking about the thing about, of like people named to pets. Like, and he was saying, I have this friend that, and their dog was named Hank. The problem is that they named the dog Hank, and like after we met, it's like, why did you name your dog after me? Like, that's awkward.
Also,
We named the monkey Jack.
Robot has actually
Yes.
Robot actually has a fun story in the same vein of apparently they were trying to defuse a situation between two NPCs in their current game they're playing, and they had to pry a gun away from one of them and throw it away, only for the NPC's pet to bring it back, and then they yell, "Damn it, it's a retriever!"
Oh, good.
I'm back.
Okay,
Welcome
back.
that should be everybody then.
That should be everybody then.
Then I will switch over to the game screen. There we go.
So. You take your short rest. For those of you who need to regain health, I don't think it's really any of you at this point, but you're welcome to
I
do so.
think besides Annoyance, we all got unscathed from that one.
Yeah, all those nat ones.
I do get my key points back. So yeah.
You do get your key points
And I got
back.
my channel divinity. All right.
Like I said,
Oh.
I have opened this map up. Obviously, take your time, no rush. But the way that I'm going to move forward for the rest of tonight's session, I'm just going to let you all explore for a little bit. The map
Okay.
is yours.
So here's the question: do we just want to travel the same way we were, which is kind of like a diamond shape with Humphrey at the front?
Yeah, it makes sense to me.
Okay. Then Citric, you and Annoyance are our guides.
Okay, someone send me a picture of the map updates and so I can actually view the map.
Absolutely, I can
Thank
do
you.
that, Sheila. Don't worry.
Out of
And I
curiosity,
will say, just because there isn't something visibly on the map does not mean that I will not stop you on occasion to roll checks.
Here, Sheila, this
Mhm.
actually might be a bit more assistive.
Oh yeah, we can
They're
just
going
share a
to
screen.
There you
screen share.
Oh, that's
Yeah, that's a
you're
great idea
smart.
that I
You're
did not
smart.
think about
Hey,
at all for some reason. Okay.
not my first rodeo. Me at my second rodeo.
I can't do that because I see more than you
Oh,
can, so I
Mama.
really appreciate it.
How'd you do that? How did you turn the entire screen sideways? Okay.
Built different.
The same one that also gave us a full paragraph of butt text.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out how to fix what he just did. Mama, I didn't think this was possible to do.
See, and you all called the NPC the Annoyance, but you're just telling me that the Annoyance needs to up their game if they're truly going to keep the title.
That being said, for the
Who
sake of
took-
this, like as we explore it for relative ease, if you want to just give me permission
Yes.
to move Onyx's token, I can handle that, so that way you have less to deal with.
I will do that.
Thank you.
Who took your pup's fur?
All right, you should have permission.
Okay, I'll check real quick. Yep.
Hmm.
So, I guess
Does
it's
your
up.
dog only have white spots on the bottom of their feet and chin?
Literally, yes.
Amazing.
We share a lot of pet pics in our Discord.
They're helping.
They are vital to the entire experience.
Oh no, I'm just giving context for
have-
everybody.
I repeat, though, he's helping.
Mama.
He is making sure that, as you can see, the dragon that's on the floor in the picture is kept at bay, so that we can have our dungeons and our dragons.
Nice.
Mhm. Very important.
So, where
Just
would you
for
like to
context.
go? Yes.
Where we're standing right now, we came
Yes.
here from from the southwest, right?
From here, yes.
Perfect. And this is the tree Brownson explored with the entrance.
With the body right next to it. Yep.
Well, I think the best course of action is to continue the way we were going, right?
It would
Northeast.
appear so. We have very little clues as to where we're meant to be going, so we might as well make the best choice we can, which is that one. He kind of points where you were alluding to.
Which
Sounds like
is,
a plan.
could you gesture on the map, just so that
Pop.
I'm, yeah, okay. And
I would assume the vines here are preoccupied with the.
Oh yeah, they are wrapping around that body right now. Which, while I'm here, Humphrey, how far is your vision? Like, do you have dark vision?
I do have dark vision, yes.
Okay. 60 feet?
I believe so. Give me a second. Yep, 60 feet.
Then I will reveal a little bit more of the screen for you. Yeah, you should be able to see a little bit more. It's a little difficult to see because it is very thick swamp, and even though it is midday, it's overcast. But you should be able to see a little bit more out. In fact, I can reveal about this much for you.
Ooh.
It takes us back to Ravinica.
He has zero regrets. He's so cute.
Oh, he's sitting properly for you.
Yeah, like he wasn't just chewing on cable for like 5 minutes. And...
Oh, I see what you mean by what he just did. So for context, Sheila just threw a picture into our chat, and you can see her laptop screen, and the entirety of the image on the screen is turned 90 degrees to the right.
I will drop it in chat for them.
Yeah, I suddenly understand what you mean.
He also
That
unplugged
laptop is,
all my devices.
that
Using
notebook
just
is
his
straight up
feet.
a book now. Yeah. So from what we can see, I would assume this is more tree, so I would need to move here to go north, right?
That's one way you could go north.
Well, the vines seem preoccupied, so I am inclined to move this way. If
Okay.
anyone has any objections.
No objections.
No.
I also see in the background, as I was just looking at Sheila's cat, there's a broken blind, which I assume he also caused.
That is nothing. The other side of my blinds is actually it's a Momo-sized hole because he bit off enough pieces so that he can fit through. But yeah.
The art and the artist.
Also,
He's so proud.
He
He's
sits
so
there
proud of
every day
himself.
while I work. Like that little like Momo-sized hole is where he watches the birds like every day. He hates them.
Also,
he
Momo's
does
becoming a
hate
chat
watch them
darling.
for hours.
Yep. 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 So. Let me give you, based on line of sight, what you can see. And I have a question, because it's vitally important. Are you all stealthing?
I mean, there's no real point to stealthing at this point.
I mean, now that you bring it up, but no. We were just in the middle of a fight. I don't think we would be stealthing immediately.
Yeah.
Branson's carrying 2 bowling balls on his hip. What do you think?
Just thought I'd ask.
I could make a joke there, but...
Stop. Before you're ahead. Or while you're ahead, sorry. While we're here, bringing us back in. Humphrey, why don't you roll me a perception check?
Oh boy. Will do. See, perception. That is a 16.
You hear a very sickening snap. It's not just it's multiple snaps. Oh, that is the sound of something chewing on something.
Humphrey will raise a hand And unsheath again the rapier. Something ahead. Looks at the group.
Hand axes at the ready.
He will not towards everyone else and start moving here. Slowly. And now I would actually like to stealth if possible.
Go ahead and roll me stealth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Question: the bardic inspiration that does carry outside of combat?
Correct?
I should also
Wonderful.
point out we spent an hour.
Oh, do I still have it?
It's 10 minutes.
How long does that last? Is it 10 minutes? Okay.
Yeah. I know because I also had to mark it off for mine.
Got it.
All good. Then that's an 11 for stealth.
11 for stealth. Let me double check something. Okay. What do your little eyes see? Little
What
rubber
eyes?
man. Yeah, I know, right?
My headset is just picking up some sort of background sound. I'm going to try to figure out where that's coming from.
Oh dear.
I have no idea where that's coming from.
I'm not hearing anything. It might just be from the wire.
Yeah, and you can see in Discord how the portraits light up when people are speaking, so that should tell you. But yeah, I don't see anyone lighting up, and I'm hearing nothing.
Humphrey, you do see that, by the way.
And he will slowly move, little by little.
And you do notice
Especially,
that there is still flesh on that bone. Oh, and it appears something is picking the meat off its bones.
does it look like it has seen me yet?
Roll me insight.
Will do. $22.
That is a very, very hungry canine creature. That is very invested on that flesh and that bone.
He will slowly move back to the group. There's another one there. It is preoccupied, picking whatever it can from another carcass. We might be able to avoid that one if we go here, west.
You'll see Branson just kind of tightly grip onto the hand axes, kind of his posture is very rigid, and then he'll let out a deep breath and then kind of loosen himself up. He'll be like, "It is the best decision. Let us avoid extra conflict."
We might be getting into their territory. If we've spent enough time here, this one probably wasn't moving with the others. Just got here, I would assume.
We should probably dispatch them lest we be followed and they attacked at the least opportune moment.
No. As much as I wish to rid this land of this bane, we cannot get swarmed. If we can go unnoticed, we should.
Suit yourself.
Worst case scenario, we know where to expect an attack from. Things go bad, we know we have this one here.
All right, let us get moving towards the west then.
Meow.
Meow.
Let me reveal. Let me figure out how far our blob can see.
Annoyance.
Amazing.
Would you prefer the safety of uppies?
You don't have to ask. And it proceeds to start climbing up your leg.
Oh, ow. Okay.
You take a single point of piercing damage.
Single tear.
Also, the best
Annoyance is up in your arms.
I was also going to say the best part about Humphrey's taking point, we all have 60 feet of dark vision, so he sees everything we would.
Yeah, we all have. Oh. Hmm. There is a breach ahead. What worries me is that it takes us very much the same direction.
It
Getting
is
close.
difficult to see. Sorry to interrupt. It is difficult to see. There is technically a bit of a pathway underneath this tree. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're perfectly fine.
Good clarification.
The tree itself, is it moving? Is it just static?
Perception check.
Will do. $23.
Currently, the only movement is the wind as it passes through.
I want to try and see if I can grab a pebble or something to throw nearby the tree.
I'm sorry, could you repeat your question? I don't think my brain processed it properly.
No, you're perfectly fine. No, if there is some kind of pebble, anything like small I could throw towards the tree.
Sure.
Right.
This is the foresty, swampy floor. I'm sure there's something. Go ahead and roll me a ranged attack. You can supplement any one of your weapons for this, just to make it easier.
Okay, I'm back, and I don't hear whatever background sound was playing anymore, but it just mysteriously stopped, and I have no idea where it was coming from.
Incredible.
Yeah. What did
I'm
you
just-
cats do? There's
No.
both of them are here now.
At this point, I'm just going to blame all of our tech issues on ghosts. It's on brand.
Well,
I
I mean, we must have ghosts, because otherwise those two cats are like attacking nothing for several hours a day.
But yeah, if
But
it's...
yeah, that.
It does.
Oh, go ahead.
It does not move. I mean, it hits the bark of the tree with a nice solid thunk. But the tree itself does not currently move.
Humphrey looks back at the group. Here, I guess, are our choices. There is a path beneath the tree, but we've seen enough of those moves so far. And a bridge that puts us back near the wolf.
Well, you are in a new area. You could possibly see a bit more. See if there's a break in the tree line that they could see through.
I mean, I did move up closer mainly to like to throw the thing nearby the tree.
Yeah, we're working on it. I'm
Yeah.
struggling with roll 20. I'm fighting roll 20 right now.
Don't
As
we all?
am I. I might need someone to send me another link to our game because it just, yeah. It, I don't know what just happened. It just disappeared when I was trying to figure out my headset stuff. I don't see Roll20 anymore. Yep, the tabs just close themselves.
Oh boy.
Don't worry,
And now it won't let me sign.
I'm moving Onyx for you, so you're good.
Okay. I'll just watch the live.
We will get it sorted out once the stream. Yeah,
nothing.
we'll figure it out once the stream is over.
Yeah. Just a heads up, the live stream is on a slight delay. So, but yeah, it's a good point of reference.
I did not mean to ping. I was trying to grab the cat. There we go.
To
All right.
what Humphrey was saying, like Branson would just say, I think skirting the water on that side is our best bet, at least to avoid most combat. Those creatures are big. They don't seem partial to water.
We will follow your lead. Looking towards Humphrey.
I appreciate the vote of confidence. Just give me some space in case things go south. And
Razvan will wink at you, Humphrey, and give you bardic inspiration.
Oh, thank you. And he will slowly approach the tree area.
As you approach the tree, there is something particular that you do notice that strikes you odd. You don't even need to roll a perception for this as you approach it. You start to realize that the tree itself, it is rather large, and it seems withered and hollow, but in its twists and in its writhing knots, you notice that it is actually grown as if it has grown when it was alive anyway, around something. And it's not like the den that you saw before. It's not like a tree still alive that someone had burrowed into. It looks like when it was growing, it grew around something.
Hmm.
And upon a closer look, it's difficult to see, but you do see stone.
Humphrey will approach the stone. How closer would I need to move for that?
You're close enough. It's, now that you've gotten a better look at it, it's oblong in shape. It's rather tall. It's about 3 feet high. Has kind of an arc shape to it. The roots wrapped around its, somehow not crushed, but thoroughly entangled.
There is something here.
A bit vague. Do we want to investigate?
I can do so, yes. He will get as close as possible to the stone bit.
How do you want to investigate?
just approaching and getting as close as possible.
You are able to do that. That's not an issue.
Hmm.
Again, you see that it is a large rock, oblong. It has kind of an arch shape to it where it's curved at the top and then seems to be, well, it's difficult to see the bottom because it, as I mentioned, is like entangled in roots. If you're looking for any writing, it's a little difficult to see. Looks like you
Hmm.
may have to push some of the plant roots, or like cut them away if you're going to see what's actually written on the face.
Mr. Branson, may I ask for one of your hand axes?
He'll give you one of the normal ones because it's a tree, so just pulls it off.
Throws it at you.
No, pulls it off the L hook, does that quick little flip so he can change the grip on the handle and just hand it to you handle first.
Humphrey Dot takes the hand axe and try to move away the roots, like chop when necessary. Very careful
Go
with
ahead
the
and
first chop to see if there is any reaction from the plant. Like we know
yeah,
things
go
are
ahead.
living here.
Roll me an
Mhm.
attack roll.
An attack roll. I do not have hand axe, so I will roll
Yep.
the dagger. Consider it a hand axe. That's an 8.
The axe, you can tell that you're not very proficient in axe work, as the axe actually gets stuck in the bark of the tree. And as you go to pull your hand back, you notice that it is your hand and no axe.
I can't say I'm quite adept at this. Plants are not moving. Mr. Branson, if you would like to do the job yourself, I assume you will have better chance than me.
He'll walk over, just pull the hand axe out of where it is with like a thunk, and then raise up his regular axe. What do you want?
The stone seems to maybe have some kind of writing in it, but I need to get the roots out of the way.
All right, stand back.
Also, yeah, Humphrey points with the points in this direction. In case we get loud, we may want to keep an eye that direction.
You keep an eye out. I can't control the physics of sound when hitting trees. I can just avoid the rock.
Humphrey nods, just keeping things in mind. We are in dangerous territory after all.
All right, swinging my axe.
You
14.
managed to you managed to slice clean through the roots. They're clearly still they've still got some, you know how like even a dead branch or a dead twig will still be difficult to like snap if it's not fully lost its moisture. That's kind of the situation here, is like, oh, this is recently dead, but you're able to still cut clean through and cut the roots away.
All right, take a look at your writing. And he's going to go back to taking up the rear and making sure that if that thing comes, it's the first thing Branson fights.
For his part, will approach the now free stone.
Mm-hmm. And I've sent you the epitaph.
Ooh.
Oh no, did we just find a poneglyph?
Here lies Hector Graythorn, lost in death as he was in life. This is a grave.
The man was loved enough to have a gravestone, that they put it in a swamp. Very contradictory.
Perhaps this place was not always a swamp.
We can see. That being said, we should try to keep moving.
This area here, would still be like passable? It's not like it's by the side of this tiny lake, or is it just like...
You have 60 feet dark vision, right?
Yep.
Yeah, we should be able to view more. I'm fighting with roll.
Oh, good. I'm just leaving this
I'm-
out to make it easier for you to see where 60
No,
is.
you're so good. This is Citric and Vaughn will confirm that almost every single time I have to unveil things with the fog of war, roll 20 and I will fight fisticuff style.
Oh yeah, no, that's why I said, oh, I feel so much like we're back in Ravnica.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, you're so valid because I also love being in Ravnica.
That was a fun game.
Thank you.
Yeah, glad people enjoyed it.
This is how much... Yeah, this is how much line of sight you have. And it does seem to be that when the tree was alive, that it was embedded, like, you actually watch as the roots go into this pool of water. It looks like it was, shall we say, thriving off of this little pool there. And as you get a better look at the grave and everything around it, you notice that it's easy to miss at first, but you actually do notice around the grave there are a few roots have grown around a few objects. You would have to cut them out as well. And you do notice that there is some we'll say signs of life in and around the grave and into the water.
Mr. Branson, there seems to be a couple objects here. I don't know if they might be of any use to us, but right now we're scavenging for what we can get.
All right. Point them out to me and I will find them as I ask so I can do an investigation with advantage so I can see them.
Yeah, sure.
Do. Wow! I avoided the nat 1, but then rolled a 2.
So, like, how are you investigating?
Well, he's standing up because if you, like, I know from landscaping experience, that you need to very much be standing and have a good stance if you're going to swing and properly cut through roots, because I once spent an entire day having to cut through a single root.
Yeah. If if you want to cut again, you're welcome to cut again.
All right, he's basically like he can't see any of it, but he is swinging in the general direction of a pointed Powerpuff Girl hand.
Yeah.
I was gonna say finger, but then I remembered better. 12?
Yeah. 12 will cut through. It's a little more difficult than the last time, but you will cut through.
I should ask if this thing is... Well, we know it's dead. Is it considered undead? Because then I can add force damage. Actually, no. If it was undead, my lantern would change. Nah, we're just doing...
I was going to say your lantern has not changed yet.
Emphasis in yet.
But yeah, he cut at vines in the general direction. It's up to you to see if you can get him.
You are able to cut away the vines from the objects successfully. Branson, are you once again walking away, or are you picking up the objects off the ground?
I will let Humphrey do that because he is literally just his role is to protect these people and kill certain things. So he is moving where needed.
Razvan will attempt to move to the other side of the tree.
Sure.
Whoop.
Razvan, roll me a perception check. Or investigation. You can pick. Depends on how you want to interact with the tree.
17 perception.
You see more. More than just the gravestone itself. That this tree seems to be, shall we say, rooted in or around.
It appears that there is more than just a gravestone that is underneath this tree. More ruins, more answers, perhaps, but also potentially more questions.
Humphrey nods. Here we have a rusty compass. He jiggles it a little. Not entirely sure if it is working. Move things around. Leather bag in not the best of condition, and a scroll case in not better shape. We'll grab the bag and see if there is anything inside.
There is a journal inside, but the journal appears to have a lock on it. You also find
Mm-hmm.
a key ring with no keys. And you seem to find the hilt of a dagger with no dagger.
Everything here seems to be rather damaged, just by the passage of time, I would imagine. A swamp doesn't preserve things in the best of condition. I don't know how much of this we want to keep, just discard as trash.
Check what's in the scroll case.
Humphrey nods and checks the scroll case.
There is parchment inside.
Anything written or just parchment?
Do you open the scroll?
Humphrey will do so, yes.
Okay. I will send
Pap-
you what it is.
Paper
It
mimic.
is. Sorry? Sorry?
Paper mimic, I knew it.
I will note.
Hmm?
This is not written in common, but you can still read it. It is in one of the other languages that you speak. It appears to be a dialect, like a different dialect, so there's a bit of, like, it takes you a little bit longer to be able to read it. But you can.
It's written
You
in
can.
plasmoid.
Part of me is just like, Brent's like, what does it say? ¿Cómo se dice? Some of the little Spanish I know.
Oh, typing.
I'm just trying to figure out what plasmoid writing would look like. I imagine it would look like finger painting.
Yeah. Also, on the topic
Imagine, I would imagine like a Rorschach test.
Rorschach test.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be great.
It's a very interpretive language. It really asks a lot from the reader.
Though, I was also going to say, the funny thing about me in Spanish is because this week I think one of the Spanish-speaking customers I delivered to, because one day I like fumbled with, he said gracias and I forgot to say de nada, but I tried. So now I think he's trying to teach me Spanish every time I show up there because he's like, good, de nada, yes. So I'm on my way. I'm somewhere far after Saris in language speaking. Well, Saris and Zan.
I don't know too much either. Don't worry about it.
I'm not allowed to. I'm a little rusty in terms of actually speaking, but comprehension wise, I'm not allowed to talk. But I have sent you, Humphrey, what you find.
Mm-hmm.
Look, man, I get burned out on English. Don't even worry about it.
That's mood.
I'm a burnout and I was an English major.
It seems to be a type of spell scroll. If I had to gather what it is from what I'm reading, it has to do with nature of some kind. He puts the scroll back on the case. This case is rotting, by the way, so it's not the best, like the most comfortable thing to handle. But he will pass it over to who is closest, Razvan or Branson.
I would
In
say.
this case,
like-
Branson.
Yeah. Let me,
Branson, yeah.
let me check here because when you take the haunted one background, you get a whole bunch of random bullshit to carry around. So I'm seeing what I have in my inventory to try to protect this.
Random bullshit. Go.
Razvan will kind of lean down and try to investigate the roots nearest him.
Roll me an investigation check.
On it, boss. 10.
Yeah. 10's not bad.
Strictly average.
Strictly average. Yep. You see a pair of beady eyes staring back at you. Before they dart away further into the roots. And for the record, those beady eyes are very small.
Someone in there. He'll kind of say out loud.
I don't think my mic picked that up. That's unfortunate. That's alright. You hear a very high-pitched peeping noise.
Would
Coming from
Razvan
inside the roots.
recognize or have any indication as to what that noise could be? Or what it could be
Roll
coming from?
Roll me a nature check.
A 12.
Maybe it's a mouse? Mice?
think-
Mice peep, right?
There's something inside the roots, everyone. Annoyance. Do you know if any creatures live in the burrows like this? Or what creatures might be?
You watch as Annoyance raises its snoot and does the biggest inhale. Oh. Oh. My, that's quite interesting. I didn't realize that they lived in trees.
Who are they?
Though, well... Does another huge heckin' sniff. The rat wares. I didn't think there was a colony of them around here. This one either is far from home, or someone recently got turned.
With that, Razvan's gonna move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up here.
Nope. Do we hear that?
I mean, is he stealthing?
He's just going to say, lichens that are rats. No, thank you. And begin to move on. And he
Why
will
not?
stealth away.
Well, I mean, I'm assuming it may just be a normal rat. It
Nope,
could
we're
just be a
moving.
normal rat.
We're moving.
Okay.
Humphrey takes the diary and looks at the empty hilt and the empty like keyring. I don't think we benefit by taking those, right?
Hold on to them. Anything could be magical. I don't have time to check it now.
Humphrey nods. He is. He did hand the scroll to you, and he is keeping the diary and the. Oh, I'm blanking. not a thing.
So because I don't have anything to hold it in, Branson's literally just going to lift up a bit of his pauldron and slide it under that. So basically, something has to literally be able to pierce metal to hurt this scroll.
Oh yeah, no, I think it's just the diary. Yeah.
Well,
It's
So
a
they
journal
will-
of some kind.
I am leaving the bag behind because I have no use for a rotting bag. I have pockets.
For sure.
And since we were alerted of things living in the tree, Humphrey will try to stealth his way here.
Okay. You watch Razvan as Annoyance takes another big sniff. I could be wrong. It could just be a normal rat. I don't know. They smell very similar to me.
It would make sense that they would have a similar odor, but perhaps we side on the air of caution. If we're not trying to be noticed, I'm certain that the beady better eyes noticed me, so we may as well move on.
Well, that and the fact that even the rats that aren't lycanthropes, the rats know things. The rats do things. They also taste very good, for the matter.
I will take your word for it.
Branson can't comment because you're too far away from him here.
Branson's like, I fucking love rats!
I mean, he's eaten one canonically in front of you.
On that note, actually, that poses something really funny. Humor me, Branson. Perception check.
Will do. I have to scroll up because I had to go look at my giant inventory. Like, we are at level 4 and my inventory is almost as high as my level 12 character in Cholta personality. $19.
You smell rodent coming from underneath the roots.
We've had several rests and one meal, and I have a bunch of bug meat. He's just like, eh.
Just you smell it too. You smell the same thing that the Annoyance smells. It smells like rat.
At this point, I assume probably Onyx also smells it.
Probably. If Onyx would like to roll a perception check.
I can't really roll anything. Remember when
no.
my cat jumped on my keyboard? I figured out what happened. He disabled the keyboard.
Oh!
Oh!
I can't type. That's why I can't get
So-
into it.
Here's what we will do then. If you are comfortable with it, I will go into your character sheet and I will roll really quick.
I am completely okay with that.
Okay, we will do that.
Thank you. I've tried the FN and screen lock option to bring the keyboard back, but I'm hoping that didn't work. So hopefully with the restart.
I
Fix
fingers
whatever
crossed
Momo
for
did.
you, friend.
I
My
can't believe
laptop's
we are
been with me
experiencing
for like
live
10
sabotage.
I've had the laptop
We
for
are-
like 10 years now, so if Momo didn't kill it, it would have, gone on its own.
Let's see here. 16 on that perception. Yeah, you, Onyx, you also smell that rat.
Okay, how close am I to rat?
Oh, you might have to do an investigation check, which again I can help roll. But that rat is in those roots. And you're right there. You are standing in front of the tree.
I want to throw something at the roots.
Okay.
Yes.
What
Dex
would
throw,
you like?
perhaps?
What would you like to? What
Can I-
physically would you like to?
Is there a pebble or something in my vicinity that I can?
Yeah.
Okay,
We'll just make life a little easier on you. Oh,
thank you.
come on. Please roll. Roll 20. I'm asking nicely.
No, this is fine. We're on the other side of the spectrum because I'm about to get in a game with Thero, so we're going to have a lot of angry roll 20 soon.
I mean, we're almost there. We're almost there.
Yes, but he's been abused longer.
Yeah. We're just gonna do this. It's fine. I realize that it's fine. That somehow you missed the tree. You throw the
No.
pebble and you somehow miss the tree. I'm so sorry. As a 9. I'm so sorry, friend.
I just realized
That's
Theros in the
okay.
chat too.
I'm now
Yep.
in frustration.
Is he?
Yep.
Incredible.
And that's also why I'm taking the shot. Gotta have my friends be
There,
taken care of.
Thero,
Hello,
beloved.
Thero. Unfortunately, Twitch has decided I'm not allowed to have privileges, so. But as the shenaniganery comes to a close, Razvan's all the way up there. That I've been trying to figure out where Razvan went, and I could not figure out where he went. You're all the way up there. Like, where did he go? He has to be on the map. Eventually, the smell of rat sort of dissipates, but I think for the sake of time, given currently what time it is, as you are continuing to explore and have discovered this grave, I'm actually going to end us for the night here. It's a bit early, but
All good.
this is a good stopping point before we get into the next thing.
Alrighty.
And now that I found out where our damn pier is, I feel confident in saying, okay, I know what everybody is doing.
Fair enough.
Our damn peer cat dad.
What? Yeah, our damn peer, who is all the way at the top of the screen, and I spent probably 5 minutes trying to figure out where he went.
He wanted
He's been there
nothing
the
to
whole
do
time.
with were rats.
Yeah, understandable.
Well,
But
the
yeah,
best-
that's I think where we're gonna close it for the night.
Yep. All right. Who wants to start going around the horn? Because I need to find somebody for us to raid.
Ooh. Fine, I can go. Hi, my name is Cedric. You can find me pretty much anywhere at Streaking, anywhere being Blue Sky, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, Kara, places. Try it, probably there, posting shit. Um, Pretty busy at the moment, but yeah, keep an eye out and eventually commissions may be happening. Other than that, I am here every other Sunday, and as Bond disclosed a bit ago, getting back as Midas for another go of Pack Tactics, as whenever that happens, but soon. Yeah, throwing it then to Sheila.
Hi, you can find me on Instagram, which is my cosplay page, as mugimura.cos, mugimira.cos. I will be out in July, but starting August, I will be back here 2 Sundays a month. And passing it on to Zen.
Hi, it's me, Xenolscrim here. I am going to be taking a break for a little bit because I'm currently in the process of moving. But when I am done, by the time I'm done, we should be back here, and I'll give you more updates as to the fun stuff that's happening. But until then, I suppose you'll have to wait. And with that, I will throw the skull to Ceres.
Hello. Find me all over the internet at TixStixel, where I'm doing the art, I'm doing the writing, and on every other Saturday, I'm here on this channel with Vaughn and our good friend Zako Duo, causing problems on purpose. Other than that, you will find me every second and fourth Sunday doing this lovely game, where we will continue to see how these lovely, lovely humans try to survive the wilderness. And with that, I pass the proverbial talking skull to the owner of the talking skull.
Why, thank you. Though I also love that these lovely humans who are all playing a non-human cast.
Exactly. Thank you for catching the joke.
Yeah, no, I
I
love.
was a human when I started.
No, I thought you were an elf.
Was I?
I mean, don't make me restart this. I will go back and rewatch all of the episodes. I've got no time at work.
You're getting gaslit hard on Maine.
All good, all good. But hi, you've already found me here at twitch.tv/BurnoutVaughn. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and Blue Sky at BurnoutVaughn, and over on Patreon at Burnout's Bar, where I'm going to do my best. I've got several subclasses all formatted. I just have to get them fixed up so that way I can post them on there for at least the D&D folks. I can also post some of the art stuff that I've been behind on. But we are going to get some rewards out there for people. Aside from that, Monday we've got Wizard Sips and Co. plays Resident Evil 5. We're about to have one of the worst boss fights in the game as told to us by the person looking at the walkthrough. And so I prepare to brace myself. Then on Tuesday we have Phase of Our Lives, where we're going into another boss fight. We're fighting one of the 3 hags that are basically the main enemies. And we're level 4. So this will be fun. And then on Saturday, we're getting into another fight that we already started. One that we shouldn't have started on Saved by the Spell. But I found out sometimes you shouldn't roll a 21 on a Dispel Magic on a magic item so important that the bad guy put it in his skull. And now we're dealing with the consequences of my actions. But with that said, we're going to actually raid into a member of Saved by the Spell, our good friend, one Shadow Dancer Bob. And so what should our raid message be?
Rats where?
Rats.
Rats, yeah. It's also great because he's also playing a Tabaxi.
Oh, good.
Amazing.
All right, thank you all for coming out. We'll see you again in 2 weeks' time, and we may have someone different here. Keep an eye out. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
My evil twin.
Oh my god. Bye.